Alrighty, good morning, Ugly Mug marketing followers, friends, people on our email list, all the things. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning. My name is Hannah Acosta, and I'm the social media manager here at Ugly Mug Marketing. And yeah, we're excited that you're here. Lydia, introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Lydia Murphy, and I'm the social media coordinator. And I don't know what Hannah's drinking, but I have my peppermint tea from Tampa Grind. Hannah, what do you have?
Oh, yum. Okay, so I was just in Louisiana with the team there in the office, but now I'm back in Michigan, specifically Zeeland, Michigan. Um, and I had my fiance run to Drip Coffee
Ooh,
because they make the best cafe miel,
oh
which
yeah, I tried
it's,
that.
it's delicious. It's like my favorite drink. Actually, I had Lydia when she was in Michigan not that long ago. I made her go get a cafe meal at my other favorite coffee shop, which is called Madcap Coffee.
And it was good.
It's so good.
I
It's
was
too good.
good.
It's coffee, steamed milk, um, honey, and cinnamon on top, and you can't go
All
wrong.
in a cup.
Yeah, all in a cup. You can't go wrong. All right, I'm trying to pull up our page here. We'll give you guys a couple of minutes to hop on and join us. Again, we appreciate you taking time to be with us here this morning. We hope that this is something that is valuable for you and your business. We want to help y'all get ready for these last 90 days of 2020. The reality of it is 2020 has been a crazy, crazy year. For so many of us. And it might be that your business is struggling tremendously during this time. It might be that your business is booming and you don't know what to do or how to keep up with all the things, and you have so many people messaging your Facebook page you can't even keep up. Wherever you fall on the ends of that spectrum, we know that there's going to be value for you here today, because if you don't have a lot of people, we want to show you how to get those people in the door or on your email list or reaching out to you for quotes or whatever it is that your business does or sells. And if you're on the other end, we want to teach you how to automate some of those things and get you guys set up to continue to grow and scale and be successful. Lydia, do you have the live pulled up
Yes.
on your end? I was trying to pull it up on Pages, but I'm just gonna go on the good old Ugly Mug Marketing page, just through the regular Facebook app here. Today we have a ton of amazing giveaways. Like you probably saw on your email or on our Facebook ads or on our page, we're giving away over $2,500 of marketing tools so that you can be successful in Q4 and or maybe be even more successful than you already have been in Q3 going into Q4. Or maybe you want to prepare a little bit better for 2021. Like I said, all this content plus all of the amazing goodness that we're going to be giving you throughout the entirety of this presentation today. It's going to be so good. Thank you for being here. I'm going to stop thanking you and do a little introduction to myself. So like I said, for those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Hannah Acosta, and I am the social media manager here at Ugly Mug Marketing. I am a Cafe Miel and Earl Grey tea fanatic. I have been with Ugly Mug for several years now, and I am so passionate about social media marketing, but more specifically about helping small businesses, entrepreneurs, and truly businesses of all sizes. I'm passionate about helping them grow and use social media as a tool to grow their business. Passing it off to you, Lydia.
Yes, I'm Lydia Murphy. I'm the social media coordinator here at Ugly Mug. You may notice that my hair looks a little different than my photo here. I need updated headshots, but what can I say about me? I love peppermint tea. I love my little dog Pepper. I love buying Vans shoes, and I actually just got a new pair. Maybe it's unprofessional, but I'll show you. Cool. So yeah, just like Hannah said, I love social media. It kind of came into my life by storm. It was a surprise when I jumped into it, but I've loved it for the couple years that I've been in it. And just like Hannah, it's so cool to watch businesses and help businesses grow and leverage social media as a tool for marketing. I think it's a really powerful thing. So we're super excited to go over all the content we have today, and it's a lot, but we're super pumped. So stick around. We have tons of really cool giveaways that we're super excited to give to you guys. So make sure you stick around to hear what those are, hear how you can win them. It's going to be super simple, but yeah, let's get started.
Yes. So we are going to dive in with, if you've been to anything Ugly Mug Marketing related, whether that's a live event or watch one of our lives before where we're talking specifically about marketing, you've probably heard us say what this definition is. So marketing, what exactly is it? Marketing is your ability to attract and keep a customer. People oftentimes confuse marketing with advertising or marketing with public relations or all of these different components that fall into marketing. But ultimately, those are all different pieces of the marketing puzzle. And they all work together, hopefully, to help you attract and keep those customers. Those are all tools within the marketing umbrella that help you to do just this. So the true definition that we follow here at Ugly Mug Marketing, and that we believe is the best definition of marketing, is your ability to attract and keep a customer. Now, there are lots of different pieces of marketing, and part of that is your strategy. Strategy without tactics leads to paralysis by analysis. If you are so focused on your strategy and you're not looking at the different tactics, and a tactic could be using Facebook, using Instagram, all of those different kind of tools or ways that you can reach your people, you're going to start overthinking your strategy. Do you ever in your life just start overthinking things so much that you just don't even do anything at all? You don't take any action? That's what can happen when you are trying to create and develop a strategy for your business. Sorry if you see me looking down. I just want to kind of peek in and see who's watching. I see Gino is joining us. Thanks for being here this morning. Steve is watching here. Elena, Lisa, thank y'all so much for tuning in. And if at any point too, you have questions, please drop your questions here. Lydia and I both have it pulled up right here on our phone. So we're going to be answering your questions live. So if at any point you have a question about anything, drop it in the comments. All right, so we said strategy without tactics leads to paralysis by analysis. Well, tactics without strategy leads to magic bullet mentality. So if you're like, oh, well, we're posting on Facebook, we're posting on Instagram, we're posting on LinkedIn, doing all these different things, but you're not doing it strategically, you're going to start to believe that, oh, all of a sudden, like, I did that, so now people should be buying my things, or now people should be walking into my store, or they should be eating at my restaurant. And that is not how it works. You have to have your strategy and your tactics all in alignment to move a customer or a prospective customer through what we call the natural progression. And the natural progression is this. There is a before, during, and after experience or different levels to which someone exists in before they become a customer for your business, and more importantly, before they become an evangelist. And I'm going to dive into that here in just a minute. So as they kind of travel, through this natural progression of becoming a customer, they're starting as a stranger, they're moving to your friend, then they're becoming a customer, and then they're turning into what we would call an evangelist. And as they move through that progression, they are going to not spend any money with you when they're a stranger, but as they become an evangelist for your business, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about what that means, as they move up into that quadrant, they are going to be someone who spends a lot more money with your business, or maybe they come and visit your business multiple times, which in turn helps them to spend more money with your business. But it's here on the chart. As the relationship increases, the money will increase too. And so your goal when you're marketing your business in any capacity should ultimately be about creating a positive experience and developing a good relationship with your customers, with your prospective clients. or your prospective people who are coming into your business, your pizzeria to come and eat, whatever it is you sell or do. It's all about building the relationship and creating a remarkable experience. So here on the screen now, you kind of see that natural progression that I'm talking about. They're a stranger at first. They don't know about you. They don't know about your business. And so your goal here is to get them to know about you. And then once they know about your business, the next step is for you to get them to like you. And I'm not talking about just liking your page or double tapping and liking your picture. I mean, liking your business and what you stand for, and liking your product and just having a genuine interest in what your business does. Because that is going to transfer them from a stranger into your friend. And then once someone is your friend, and they're liking your content and they're interacting with you, and maybe they've added to cart, but they haven't quite checked out yet, they're going to develop that level of trust with you and your business and your brand. And once they develop that trust is going to lead them over into a customer. And once they are a customer, people often think that that is where the journey ends. Somebody didn't know about my brand. Now they know about me now. And now they like me, they've become my friend, they trust me, and they've made a purchase. But that is not where the journey ends. The journey continues to where they love you. They become an evangelist. We love this term. An evangelist is somebody who is going and they are telling all their friends and family, I go to a restaurant, I have a remarkable experience, I became a customer, I love the restaurant so much. The food was amazing. The service was divine. I'm going to go and tell Lydia about this amazing experience that I had at Wildwood Pizza. I'm an evangelist now for Wildwood Pizza. I'm going to keep going back to Wildwood Pizza so long as the experience continues to be consistent. And I'm going to continue to tell my friends and family, you have to go eat at Wildwood Pizza. The pizza is amazing. The service is remarkable. You will have no regrets of going to eat at Wildwood Pizza. And for those of you who don't know what Wildwood Pizza is, it's this phenomenal pizza place. They're actually one of our clients. They were ranked the #1 pizza place in Louisiana by TripAdvisor. So if you're ever in the Alexandria area, or if you're in Baton Rouge, they have locations there. Little plug for Wildwood Pizza. But that's the natural progression: stranger, friend, customer, and then evangelist. And that's what we really, really want ultimately to happen with all of our customers. So as someone is moving through that journey, think about the difference between marketing to a stranger versus continuing to market to that customer or continuing to market to that evangelist. And think about this for your business right now. What % of your marketing is allocated to attracting versus keeping your customers? Because the fact of the matter is this: it costs 5 times more to attract a new customer than sell to an existing customer. And when we continue to sell to that existing customer, we turn them from a customer who's just come into our store one time, we turn them now into an evangelist. And the key part of that, which I actually think I removed that slide, which now I kind of regret moving that slide, but I knew I was going to rant the entire time, so I was trying to cut some stuff out. But it's really all about having a remarkable experience. It's about customer service and it's more than just your Facebook ad. It's their journey on your online website. It's their experience when they come into your store. How nice was somebody were they greeted? I'm going to stop right there because I could rant about that all day. But it costs 5 times more to attract a new customer than to sell to an existing customer. So think about your budget right now and how much you're spending trying to acquire somebody who knows absolutely nothing about your business versus somebody who's maybe shopped with you once or twice, come and experience your service once or twice, or even somebody who's experienced your service or product 10 times or more. What is the difference in your budget on how much you're spending to them versus somebody who is a total stranger to your business? The marketing triangle. But before we go into the marketing triangle, I think we should do a giveaway just for fun. Here we are. Okay. We're actually going to talk about this book, so maybe I should have waited. But we're actually going to talk about this book in just a couple minutes. But this book is called Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. Okay, this is actually a book. I don't know if Lydia has her right now, but this is a book that actually Wayne has read and possibly a couple other people on our team have read, but I have actually never read this book before, but we just started reading it. We just started reading it, and we're so excited. And this is a great tool to have for marketing, for figuring out how to sell to your people and everything that you need to know about how their brain works and how you can persuade them to experience your product or service. So we're going to give away one of these books, and all you have to do right now is comment and tell us what you are looking most forward to about fall. That just seems like a fun thing. So what are you looking most forward to about fall? For me, I am so pumped. Football is like back. I know I probably seem like the girly girl, and I definitely am, but I love me some Saints football and some LSU football. So bring it on. What are you most looking forward to about fall? And we're gonna pick. Oh, Bobby, I was actually going to buy that book. Yeah,
Lisa said pumpkin patches.
Pumpkin patches. You know what, Lisa? I love that response. Oh my gosh, Meredith, sweet olive trees for me. Yeah, what are you guys looking? Outside weather.
Wow, I'm loving all these answers. I'm in such a fall mood now.
Oh my gosh, somebody said wearing hoodies again. Ain't that the truth? See, I was just in Louisiana. It was 80 degrees. This morning I woke up in Michigan and it was probably in the 40s. And my blood's out living in Louisiana for like 3 years. So I'm a baby now. I'm wearing Ugg slippers right now, y'all. Tori said hoodies and bonfires. Yeah, Thanksgiving. Heather said leaf peeping, apple cider donuts. Girl, yes, apple cider donuts. Ramona, fall colors and temperatures, scents and flavors. Oh, hey, Richard. I see Richard's joining us now. Bobby said decorating his house with fall decor, watching movies. I can't keep up. Y'all are all.
No, I'm just sitting here staring at my phone like, ooh, yeah.
You know what? Who said wearing hoodies again? Dylan.
Yeah,
Dylan Sander. We're going to DM you after and we're going to get you hooked up. We're going to get your address and we're going to Amazon Prime a copy of Influence over to you because wearing hoodies again really resonates with my soul right now.
Gino said gumbo.
Oh, heck yeah, Gino. If you're not tuning in from Louisiana, I'm sorry, because you just don't even know the goodness that is being able for it to not be like, for it to be cool enough outside to like eat gumbo and no one judges you.
Yeah. Real quick, Hannah, I'm going to jump in because I want to go ahead and tell everyone while we're super excited about fall and you're super engaged and listening to us, I want to tell everyone that you may have read in the little description while we were promoting the summit, every single viewer today, we're giving $255 worth of goodies to you, no matter what. And so let me break that down. You can sign up for our 6 weeks to social success course, which just yesterday, I think Wayne made fun of us because he thinks it's a really long name. I really like the name. So I hope you like the name.
6 weeks anyway, social success. It just kind of rolls off the tongue.
It has a ring to it, right? Who wouldn't want to join? But our course is starting next week, which kind of blows my mind. It's like come so fast and I'm super, super excited for it. I know Courtney and Steve are signed up and I'm super happy that they're going to join us, but we want to welcome as many people that want to join. So of the $255 of value that all of our viewers are getting, $205 of that is a discount that we're giving to you if you want to sign up for our course because it's valued at $500 and we want to sell it to you for $295, which is $500 is already a steal. So $295 is a crazy steal. So you can obviously sign up, open a new tab, go to the social media course website, which you can find on a million posts on our page. But go to that, and you will have until half an hour after we finish this live today. So you can even do it while we're doing it, but you have until half an hour after that you can sign up for our course with our new code. So obviously all you people watching, this is a new code. No one else knows about it. Summit20, SUMMIT 20. Sign up with that code, get your $205 off, and join us for 6 weeks to social success, which is really just a super personal opportunity for business leaders, entrepreneurs, owners, whoever in the social media marketing world to have a chance and learn from Hannah and I in a much more personal setting. We're going to have tons of time for Q&A, which I think is almost the most important part of the course, because it's so valuable for you to be able to take what we teach and what you're learning and then ask specific questions about how that can relate to your industry, to your business. So that's going to be super valuable. We're only meeting once a week for 6 weeks, which is up to 2 hours. But like we said, not half of that, but maybe half an hour of that 2 hours is going to be Q&A. So like I said, see you there, and use code SUMMIT20 to get $205 off, which is crazy. It's like a 40% discount. I can do math. So that's 205 of the $255 of value. Hannah, what's the other $50 for?
Yes, the other $50 is after our presentation today. If you comment in any capacity, we are going to make sure that we private message you a copy of the workbook that goes along with today's presentation. Because you're going to notice we have some spots where there's like openings throughout the presentation, like looks like there should be text there. That's because this was designed to go along with a workbook, and we're going to send that to you so you can kind of work through some of the things that we are going to discuss today. So that is going to be your other prize. So just make sure you comment, ask a question, or just say simply, I want the workbook in the comments here, and we'll make sure you get a copy of that too. And again, that is valued at $50. All right. We now end the interruptions and jump back into our section here about what is marketing. So we're going to talk about the marketing triangle. And the marketing triangle is this. You need to know who your market is. That is the very number one most important thing. What is your market? Who are the people within that market? What are the ages, demographics? We're going to jump into that in just a second. And then you need to figure out what your message is. So how can you properly talk to your market in a way that is going to make them want to purchase your product or service? What is your messaging? What are the key headlines going to be? What language do you need to use? What incentives do you need to have? All of that, you need to think about your message. And then you need to figure out where you are going to take that message. Where are your people hanging out? What media are you going to be using? Is it email? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it LinkedIn? Is it television? Is it billboards? Is it radio? What media do you need to take it to? Who are your people? What's the market? What's your messaging? And where do you need to, or what tool, I guess, do you need to use to get that message out to your people? So the first section of that, or the tippy top part of that triangle, is your market. And I promise Lydia is going to talk, so y'all don't have to hear my voice the entire time. She's going to be talking to y'all after the section. Oh, Dylan said he's in Texas and it's like not even that cold there. Yeah, he said it's not 110 anymore, so he's happy. Okay, and I see a couple of y'all saying you want the workbook. Yes, we will definitely make sure we get that over to you. All right, so market. This is one of my most favorite tools that is going to be included in your workbook. I think that you should spend an hour, if not a half a day on this. I know businesses, really large businesses that have spent up to a week filling this out. This is called a customer avatar. And it is the first step that you need to complete when you are thinking about running Facebook advertisements, reaching your audience in any capacity, because you need to determine who your audience is. And even if you think you already know your audience, I would encourage you to still go through this exercise, because there may be things about your audience that you've never thought of before, that you've never considered. that do in fact help them determine what decisions to make, what they're going to purchase, things that they care about, things that help them and make them who they are. So let's dive into it. On the left-hand side, goals and values. So when you're looking at this, I'm such a hand talker. I'm like, but when you're looking at this, I want you to think about who your ideal perfect customer is. Who do you want shopping on your online store every day? Who do you want coming into your restaurant every day? Who do you want coming into your storefront, experiencing your product or service? Who is that ideal person? What goals and values do those people have? Think about what is important to them, what they believe in. Is their family important to them? Are their friends important to them? Are they religious? Do they care? Do they value money and finances? Do they value nice furniture? What are the things that they value, and what are their goals? Do they want to retire when they're 40 years old? Do they want to have a $500,000 in their bank account by the time they're 25? Do they want to own their own business? Do they want to start a blog? What are their goals? What are they after? In the middle section here, what is their age? I have so many clients that when we're initially meeting with them and we're working through this worksheet together, oftentimes they are like, oh, our age is 18 to 65 and up. We have something for everybody here. And I really challenge them to try and hone in and again, figure out who is that ideal person that you want in here every single day. Is it a family with kids who are between the ages of, and I'm talking about the parents, are between the ages of 35 and 45? What's the gender? Are we targeting specifically the moms or the dads, male or female? Or is it somebody who's single? Are they married? Are they divorced? Are they separated? How many kids do they have? Do they have no kids? Do they have kids who are actually, you can even target, this is kind of creepy, but you can target people who have kids between the ages of 0 and 3, people who have children who are adults, so 18 and up. How many kids do they have? What location do they live in? What geographic area do they live in? Do they live in the South? Do they live in the Northeast? Are they specifically in Maine? Are they in California? Where are they located? And then what occupation do they have? Lydia and I have several clients where it's very specific what that client sells. And so their target audience has a very specific occupation. They are a sales manager. They are an entrepreneur. They are a small business owner. They are a doctor. They are specifically a pediatric doctor. What is their occupation? Then I want you to think about the challenges and the pain points that your ideal customer has. What challenges are they struggling with? What pain points do they have? Are they stressed? Can your product or service relieve stress for them? Are they struggling to grow their business? For us, that is a huge challenge. Those are two huge challenges and pain points that we focus on for our target customer. We know our customer for Ugly Mug Marketing. Their challenge is they don't have the time to work on their social media or their marketing, or they don't have the resources, or they don't have the knowledge. And again, that those challenges and pain points, those kind of go hand in hand. But think about what your target audience, their challenge and their pain points are, and think about how your business can solve those things too. Now, where do they get their news and information from? What television networks or shows do they watch? My favorite one, and I think I say this every presentation, but my favorite thing to target people for is, do they like HGTV? Do they watch Fixer Upper? Do they watch Flip or Flop? Do they watch Flipping 101? What are they interested in? What television shows do they watch? What books do they read? Magazines, blogs, and websites that they follow? Are there conferences that they attend yearly? Are there gurus that they follow, or just any other ways that they might get their news and information from? Now, this middle section is another really crucial section. In it, what is their job title? What is their annual income? What is their level of education? This one really came into play for us when we were working with Central Louisiana Technical Community College here during the summer, and kind of helping them prepare for fall. I was helping them specifically with their adult education program. And so obviously for that, we did not want to target people who had their PhD or their master's, or who even had their bachelor's. We wanted someone who needed to get their GED or wanted a refresher on some skills courses. And so we were targeting very specific people who were under that line of fully completed college or had their associate's degree. That was an area or an education, a key piece of things that we needed to target. What are their hobbies? That's another really important thing. Do they like running, biking, being outside? What do they like to do? And then this last part is actually probably one of the most important pieces of it, because I think everything else is pretty easy to fill out. But what are their objections to the sale going to be? Why are they going to say that they don't need your product or service? Why are they going to be like, I love that, but I don't want to buy it right now? Do they not feel like they need it? Is it a financial objection for them? Why are they going to say no to you and to your business or product or service? And then the second piece of that is, what is the person's role in the process? So if you and your spouse are building a home together, and I'm going to use me and my fiance as an example. If we were building a house, I would be the one who'd be on Pinterest or on Facebook, and I would be picking out things that I want. And my fiance has very specific taste. He's more mid-century modern, and I'm more like cozy kind of farmhouse. So we really, there's a lot of compromise happening right now in picking out stuff for our new home. But, I am not the ultimate decision maker. And neither is my fiance. So what is the role that we play in the process of making the decision to purchase that dresser, or purchase that rug, or purchase that new vase for the home? What is my role in the process? Am I the information gatherer, or do I just make that purchase on my own and not discuss it with him? Which, I mean, I do that too, so that's fine. But what is that person's role in the process of making a purchase? So this chart here, we want to move people. So on one side, they're moving away from your product or service. They're moving away from needing whatever it is that you're offering. They have fears, and that's moving them away. They have frustrations though, and that might make them want to buy your product now, which is the top part of that chart. If it's a fear, they might think I'm going to buy it later. But if we move over to desires, it's something that I want, and I'm moving towards wanting to purchase your product or service, but I might just want to purchase it later. What we want to create for them is the want, that they have to have the product or service right now. It's going to move them towards your business and make them realize that they need that now. And that is what our next section, looking out of things. That's what our next section is going to be about. And we're going to jump in that just a second. Like I said, Nick won our copy of Persuasion. And as I mentioned, Persuasion, Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. I'm calling it the completely wrong thing. This really dives into these key things. What you should know about your customer. Physical description, what they want, their problem, how they buy, their preferred communication. How do they like to hear from you? Do they want to get text messages sent to their phone to know about upcoming sales, or do they want to see it on Facebook, or do they want to get a phone call? What brings them joy? What do they hope to gain? And where do they get their information from? And that is really what we've modeled this entire developing the customer avatar. We've really truly modeled after this book. And so even if you fill out that customer avatar and then go read the book, or read the book and then go fill out the customer avatar, you are going to have a wealth of knowledge, perspective, and understanding about your customer and your target audience. All right. So we've talked about the market and who your people are. And now we're going to dive into the message. And Lydia is going to lead us through this section here. Lydia, I have the PowerPoint up on mine, so you just cue me whenever you want me to go to the next
Say
one.
the word, girl. Yes. Real quick, because honestly, we have so many giveaways, it's hard to keep track. I want to make sure I don't forget any of them. So if you were here when I said it before Hannah talked about your market, I mentioned that everyone who watches today, you may have seen this when we were promoting our summit, every viewer is going to get $255 worth of free goodies and value to you. $205 of that is if you sign up for our 6 weeks to social success course. We have a comment pinned here under or in the comments here of the live right now that you can click the link and you can go sign up and read all about it, because I could talk for days and I won't, but we're super excited for the course. You can get $205 off, so you're only going to pay $295 to get access to me and Hannah, and you can see obviously we're the coolest people around. So another cool thing I want to say about that is that if you sign up within half an hour of when we end this live today, so you can sign up now and it will still count, but you have up until half an hour from when we end, use the code SUMMIT20, SUMMIT20, to get that $205 off. But if you use that code, you're also going to get free access. And this is something we have never spoken into existence yet. This is like a brand new offer you've never heard. You get free access to a 2021 strategy session, a private virtual, but a private session where Hannah and I and Wayne Mullins, the one and only, sorry, he's not here to join us today. I'm sure some people are disappointed, but it's just us. But if you sign up for the course, you get free access. And we are going to be hosting, we haven't fully decided on a date because we want to kind of get some input from people who sign up, because that's important for your schedules. But sometime around December, when we're really amping up for 2021, we're going to be hosting this probably around 2-hour strategy let me take a breath, strategy session, to make sure that you feel fully prepared to utilize social media marketing for the new year in 2021. 2020 has been pretty crazy and we've learned a lot. I know that we have, and I'm sure you have learned a lot for your business as well, but we want to make sure that we are utilizing social media in the most powerful way that we can in this new year. So if you sign up, use the code SUMMIT20, and you are automatically going to have access to that. A lot more information at a later date, but we're super excited to promote that right now. So I think that's all I wanted to talk about real quick. I do have some giveaways in the midst of what we're going to go over now, but thank you so much to everyone who is on with us so far. I see some new people hopping on. Hello, Angela, Nicole. Hannah has talked about the market, so making sure you are finding the right people who need to see your content. And your customers, your target audience. And so right now we're going to jump into the message, what you're actually putting in front of them, what you're saying to them, and what that needs to be. The first part of that, as you can see on the screen here, which you've been staring at while I've been talking, is making sure that you enter the conversation. So it's pretty simple. You can probably kind of get it from the words itself, but it's the idea that you really don't have to reinvent the wheel when you are talking to your customers. You need to think about, like Hannah said, what are their values or what's going on in their world, because different audiences, obviously global pandemic, that relates to everyone, hence global pandemic. But in each industries or each business's niche market, there are certain things that those people are thinking about that other people aren't. And so thinking about those wants, those needs, those pains, those frustrations, thinking about the things that are already going on in their head, the conversation that is already happening in their head, and entering that. I almost went to press it on my keyboard, but I realized Hannah has control. So we have a few examples, more recent examples of how we've done this for our clients here at Ugly Mug. So my first example is here from First Insurance. They are located in Marksville, Louisiana. I love them. Blake, if you end up watching this, shout out. You're awesome. So we knew about a week or so, I guess, before Hurricane Laura and whatever Marco ended up being, a tropical storm of whatever, we knew that that was going to be pretty severe. And for an insurance agency, obviously they know that their customers are going to be filing claims with their insurance agents or companies or whoever after that storm happens. And that can be a really stressful thing to think about or thing to prepare for those people. And so I think it was either the beginning of the week before the storms hit, or maybe the week before, something like that, when we knew it was going to happen. We put this out and we wanted people to have access to this information before they were in the midst of the stress of cleaning up after the storm, or their power goes out and shingles start flying everywhere and they're freaking out, making sure that they had this information at hand when we know that they're going to need it, because we know that's a conversation already going on in their head. Go to the next one, Hannah. This next one, this is an example of one of Hannah's amazing clients, Kudos Learning, Kudos Learn. They are a business who offers continued education courses for estheticians. And so one of the things for that market, because that is literally the only people that they are marketing to, are people who are estheticians. So it's pretty narrow, but that is super helpful to know, because we know there are things that those people are thinking about. And for this product and service that they offer for this continued education that these people are required to have, they know that one of the pain points with this thing that they have to go through is that it's super boring. All these courses that they have to take for their continued education, it's boring. You have to go through it. And it's just it's the main pain point of that issue. And so Kudos has come up with this program and these courses that get rid of that. It's not boring. You feel like you're learning in a fun and educational way. And so knowing that that is a frustration and a pain in those people's heads, you can pinpoint that. You can bring out that frustration. You can almost fester that, right? So you can see that line there, tired of boring continued education courses. And obviously below that, there's some more that we couldn't see. Next example is Wildwood. This is one that we used sort of at the beginning of the COVID era. You can see it's from March, which feels like 6 years ago now. But COVID happened, it hit, it went crazy with us, and restaurants were hit very severely. So many places that were primarily serving their customers as a dine-in experience had to shift their focus and say, okay, we know we need to make money. Obviously, we know people want to purchase our food. How we need to tell them how they can purchase it. So you can't really see all of the text for the sake of the screenshot, but this post and ad really laid out for those customers of Wildwood every single way that they can still get their pizza. So takeout, delivery, such as like waiter or things like that. They kind of makeshifted, which I loved. They makeshifted their own little drive-through system, which they had never used before, and I think they're still using, and it's been super helpful for them. So they got creative. They knew that people still wanted Wildwood, even though COVID exists. So what? We still want our pizza. So they acknowledge that conversation in their head, and they let them know exactly how they can get their pizza in their hands, in their grubby little hands. All right, Watkins Group. Wesley, also love Wesley. So this was also kind of near the beginning of COVID. Watkins Group is a insurance agency that really specializes in group benefits. So yeah, that's basically their main target audience. Businesses who have multiple employees that they are purchasing insurance coverage for, business benefits. So for this one, we knew that they really weren't going to be able to have in-person meetings and explain that enrollment process to those businesses. And so kind of pinpointing that thought, that worry, that frustration for those businesses and business leaders, and then laying out exactly what it's going to take to still go through that process in possibly a more efficient way, online enrollment, because you can kind of see in the middle of that post there, it says online enrollment saves our clients tons of time, you eliminate paper forms, and you're actually reducing errors. So even saying, yes, this is a different situation, but it might even be better. Here's how we're going to do it. Give us a call. We got it. That was another one. I see Steve said, did I miss a workbook opportunity? No, we will definitely get the workbook to you. We'll be sending that out right after After we get off all of this today, we'll be sending those out to you guys for sure. So we'll make sure you get that, Steve.
Yeah, and then someone else asked a question too, Lydia. Ralph asked, is it scalable for real estate agents / realtors? So wanted to get some clarification, Ralph, on what piece of this you're asking is scalable, because we do have some examples from a realtor that Lydia is actually currently working with here in Central Louisiana. And so if you have a little more clarification on your question specifically, we just want to make sure that we answer that too.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know. So this next example from Katrina at Vibe Co-working Space. This is, we love Katrina at Ugly Mug. So this is actually a post that she created, and we saw it on the page and we were like, oh my gosh, this is great. Such a great example too of entering the conversation, because Katrina owns Vibe, which is a co-working space. So people can come into her space, her giant office, which is so perfectly decorated. Love the vibe at Vibe. But people can come and rent out office space, or just come for the day, half a day, and sit down and get some work done. And so obviously COVID hit and people aren't going to co-working spaces. So Katrina was hit pretty hard from that. And so she knew that the people that were using Vibe and using her space were now working from home, most likely. And so that is a really big shift in their normal world. And so she knew the conversation that was happening in their head, and made this really fun post talking about the struggles of working from home and the things that she kind of failed at, quote unquote, and then her wins as well. So we just kind of really like that example that she put there on the page. All right, next up is media. Real quick, let's just recap. Sign up for our 6 weeks to social success course. I feel like I've talked about it so many times.
Here, my turn.
Yeah, go for it.
6 weeks to social success is truly going to be, so today, we're giving you tons of valuable information, but the difference between today and 6 weeks to social success is more in depth of each of these sections, and the ability for Lydia and I to be able to share our screen and show you our ad account and what we're doing for Ugly Mug marketing, in some capacity, being able to share with you what we are doing or what we have done for our clients in the past, and really working one-on-one with you to figure out how you can implement these things for your business. Today is very much an overview. And if you have some level, skill, knowledge of Facebook and Ads Manager and how this all works, you can probably take some of these key things that we're talking about today and run with it. But there are others who this is completely new and foreign. And whether you have some knowledge or have zero knowledge, that's what 6 weeks to social success, that's what the course is built for. It's so that you can ask the questions, you can see the true nitty-gritty behind the scenes. We're going to show you how to create a campaign, not just, oh, we created this campaign, but like walking through step by step how to upload your email list into the back end of Facebook so that you can create an audience with it. Each little teeny piece of those components, that's what we're going to be teaching you. And so if you see value in what we're teaching today and want to dive in more, that's what 6 weeks to social success is for. And the code for that is going to be Summit20. If you use that code at checkout you could sign up right now, or if you sign up within 30 minutes of this webinar ending today, you're going to get $205 off our $500 course. And so it's going to be just $295. Guys, it's going to be so good. The most beneficial part of this whole course is the Q&A time that you get every week. And in addition to 30 minutes of Q&A time at the end of every live session that we host, you are also going to get 2 hours of office time where Lydia and I are just going to send everyone in the course the link, and you can hop on that Zoom link with us and you can ask us any question that you have about anything that has to do with social media. Or we can take over your screen and help you set up a campaign. Whatever it is you need help with, that is what we are going to be there for. So again, use code Summit20 for $205 off. I just kind of want to
giving.
I want to kind of do what?
I said, Hannah, I'm feeling a little generous, a little
Ooh,
giving.
are we doing a giveaway?
I think it's time to tell them that we want to give away some scholarships to the course.
Oh, plot twist.
You heard it right. Okay. Two people who are watching this live today, and we will announce who wins at the end of our live. So if you're here and you want it, please stay tuned to the end. We want to give away access to this 6 weeks to social success to 2 people for free. So 100% off, which is like the best deal, obviously, ever. So if you are interested in our course and attending our course, and maybe you just really can't swing the $295, which we completely understand, we still really want you to be able to join us because, like we kind of mentioned at the beginning, Hannah and I are so passionate about helping businesses grow by utilizing social media, and we do understand not everybody can have the resources to actually purchase that. So we want to open that up to 2 people. Hannah, what are we going to make them do? We can't make it too easy. Oh, we got some people who are excited.
Yes, I know. They're like, that's awesome. Say what?
Courtney's probably like, I already signed up. Already put in that card info, girl. Let's see. All right, so we have some people who are interested. If you haven't already, I'm gonna just go ahead and ask you guys to share this this live video, the webinar. Share it for us, and we will put you down as entering to win one of the 2 scholarships. If you haven't shared it already, maybe you have, but we will look right before we end, and we will look at who shared, and we will choose those scholarships right before we leave.
Yes. So like Lydia said, share this Facebook Live onto your page. Tag us in it too, because sometimes we can't always see when you share it. So make sure you share it and tag us in your posts, and you will be entered to win a free scholarship to our 6 weeks to social success course, AKA the course that the founder of Ugly Mug Marketing, Wayne Mullins, said is too long, but we love it. It has so much alliteration. All right, so 2 people are going to get to win that. We've given away a book. I think, well, we are going to give away a year-long membership to Canva. If you don't know what Canva is, it's basically, we use Canva. We love Canva, but Canva is basically an easier tool for graphic design than purchasing Photoshop and where am I going? InDesign, all of that, Adobe Suite stuff. If you just need some simple graphic design stuff, but you want it to look high quality and professional, Canva is going to be your best friend. We're giving away a year-long membership. I think we're giving away 2. Are we giving away 2?
Yeah,
2 year-long memberships for that. But we're going to wait until I see Heather. She said done. She shared it. She's entered. But we're going to give away 2 Canva memberships. But we're not going to give it away just quite yet. We're going to get through this Facebook section, and Lydia is going to talk to you about posting. I also want a quick touch on Ralph. Ralph said, you are mentioning businesses that are restaurants. I'm trying to see how this would work for me. I'm a real estate agent. Just you wait, Ralph. This can work for you. We do have clients who are real estate agents who are in the real estate world. This system, this process, which we're going to kind of jump into here, we're kind of talking about the bones and the skeleton. Right now, we're going to dive into posting schedule, how to connect with your people on Facebook, how to connect with them on Instagram. And then after that, we're actually going to jump into strategy. And that's really where we're going to see a ton of value. Right now, we want to give you a lot of examples. And some of these examples do, Ralph, include things in the real estate industry. Nicole also just asked, is it Canva free? Canva is free. Canva Pro is not. So Canva Pro has so many more features in it than the free version of Canva, and that's what we are going to be giving away. It's phenomenal.
We love it. Like Hannah said, Canva, which I'm going to dive into that. I think when I'm going to talk about Instagram, I'm going to talk about Canva as well. But Canva is a great place to start if you're a beginner, but it's also a great place to learn and grow in. And so if you're new to the world of graphic design and you're a little intimidated by it, it's a lot easier of a learning curve than Photoshop or InDesign or things like that. But we use Canva almost every day here at Ugly Mug. I wouldn't say that we're beginners at this point, but there are so many things that you can learn and continually learn along the way, that you're going to be a pro in no time. That is actually one of the weeks of our 6 weeks to social success course. We are going to go over graphic design, video work, things like that. So if you want a more in-depth understanding of those concepts, graphic design for beginners and how to make yourself a pro so quickly, sign up for the course. We're going to go over it. There's a week dedicated to it. I've taught webinars on here before about Canva, and I love it. And so we're going to go over that today. Dylan said he loves Canva, but it's all about Adobe Spark. See, I know people that use Adobe Spark, but I've never gotten into it because I love Canva so much. But all of that to say, stick around. I'll talk more about all of that later. Let's jump into Facebook and actual posting consistently and things like that. So I would say one of the most common questions we get, being social media marketers and people in the industry, is how often do I need to be posting on my page? And unfortunately, there's not a magic cookie cutter, magic sauce, magic bullet answer, but we always say consistency is going to create miracles. For some industries, for some people, it's pretty important for them to post multiple times a day. For others, I don't think that's necessary. It's not to say that you can't be successful if you're not posting multiple times a day. You could post a couple of times a week and you'll be set. So as long as you find your rhythm and in posting and you stay consistent with it, you don't want to disappear from your customers, right? So we have this little layout here of examples, which we're going to go through, but take this as a starting point. If you really don't know where to begin when you're posting, take this as a starting point. Use these prompts for certain days. You don't even have to do every day. Take the pieces that you want, but we're going to go over the importance of each of these little categories of posts, why we like to use them, what they are, what they do, and things like that. So let's talk about engagement or posing a question in a post to your audience. Hannah, I'm just going to go through all the examples now because I think people will kind of get the gist of this. And you can always rewatch this and screenshot if you want, that little chart we just had. But let's go through some examples.
And actually, that chart is something that is going to be in your workbook that you will receive. If you didn't catch it earlier, there is a $50 value workbook that goes along with today's presentation for you to actually kind of go and fill out all of the different pieces. There are sections for you to kind of reflect on, places for you to take notes, and different exercises in the workbook that's valued at $55. And this will be included in there. Not these examples specifically, but the posting schedule will be included in that workbook.
Yeah.
All right, Lydia, go ahead.
Yeah, no, thank you for the reminder. So engagement. This left example on the screen is the very beginning of a series of polls that I started running on Friedman Clinic's Facebook page. You can see this one is from January. This was the first one we posted on their page, but we actually just finished this series last month in September. And so I kind of randomly, don't even know why, but I kind of came up with this idea that Friedman Clinic has 11 doctors, physicians in their clinic, which is amazing. Then they all have their certain specialties. So I said, hey, let's put them up against each other. Let's put them neck and neck, and let's see who Facebook votes as Friedman Clinic's Doctor of the Year. So this was kind of around the time where I was really kind of playing around with as much as I could with my clients using this polls feature on Facebook, because I noticed that these things would get a lot more engagement than say like a standard image post when we would pose a question to people. So I wanted to utilize that poll feature that Facebook gives us and just kind of test it and see how it did. This was the first one we ran. And you can see some of these metrics. 9,000 people reached. We had 680 votes. Look at all those shares and comments and likes. So this went a lot better than I expected. And so it's really just the point of putting something more lighthearted in front of your audience so that it's not constantly, hey, are you ready to schedule your appointment with us? Or, hey, purchase our product, it's on sale, or whatever it may be. People can get pretty worn out of those salesy messages. So making it really simple and lighthearted and super easy, like you just click a picture and there's your vote. And then obviously everybody's commenting, here's my favorite doctor. So that campaign just ended. Actually, Dr. Foreman, who is on the left here, that won this very first poll, she was their doctor of the year. So woohoo, congrats, Dr. Foreman. But yeah, there's that example. Next one, you can see glass tint, etc. This is one that Hannah created, which we've talked about this before on other lives, and people, like, I'm sure people will get in the comments right now and talk about Ford versus Chevy because it's a hot topic. And Hannah knew it was a hot topic. She knew it would get some good engagement, especially for glass tint, etc's audience. And so that's something you want to think about. What are things that relate to your audience, things that will get them engaged and thinking about your brand, and having that positive experience with you. I see we do have some comments. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything good. So Steve said, so we are doing a Chevy Ford battle. Is the poll feature on Facebook groups or Facebook pages? I know for sure, Ramona, that it is on Facebook pages. I am not positive. Hannah, do you know if it's on Facebook groups? I don't know if they.
I actually believe it is.
Okay.
You have to click on, so normally when you click to create a post, there's different bubbles that pop up of, you know, you can add how you're feeling, you can add a live video, all those things. And then there's a little button that has the 3 dots on it. When you click that, it drops down with even more options. And one of those options should be a poll. But if you don't see it there, take a screenshot and let me know. We'll figure that out together.
Yeah. Great question though. So those are our examples for engagement or posting a question. Oh, Courtney did verify it's in groups. Next up is content or education. This is another thing that we really push our clients to produce and put on their pages because, again, like I said, just for the same reason that you want to post those engaging posts, you don't want everything to be give us your money or give us your whatever. You want to add value to your customer, your client, whoever. So Ralph, here on the left, this is an example of a post that I did for Carla Guillory. I say I did it. She obviously came up with the content because she knows more about that than I do. But this was a post that we wanted to put on her page. We ran it as an ad, but definitely more of an educational piece. And that is something that Carla really focuses on. That is kind of the overarching theme of all of our campaigns for her, is that she wants to really just be an asset to people. And so she likes to share the education. She really just loves answering people's questions. Obviously, she's selling homes at the same time. But we really like having that personal feeling on her page. So this example is letting people know how to determine the value of their home before they put it up on the market, because that's something that can be pretty difficult. So there's one example. And then Dent air conditioning. This is one that Hannah put together because, as you can imagine, heating, air, plumbing, whatever, you need to get creative a little bit in the ways that you're engaging and sharing that educational content. And I really liked this example that Hannah did, asking people if they know how often they should be changing their air filter. And then also kind of throwing that in as well, like if you have pets, that's a little bit different. So sharing education, putting yourself as an expert in your industry is super helpful. Next up, can't remember. Okay, behind the scenes, great. Angela said, love what you did for Carla. Thanks, girl. Just making sure I don't miss any of these comments. So behind the scenes content is super important as well. You want to give your people a look into your everyday world. And that's really going to make people more comfortable with your brand, more aware, and then it's going to make you more approachable as well. On the left here, we have an example of Greywalk Farms. This was, I believe, 2019. So the 2019 Farmer Training Program from the Central Louisiana Local Foods Initiative, they got to tour Greywalk Farms, which if you haven't done, you need to, which I don't know if Jay would appreciate me saying that and people showing up at his farm and being like, hey, show me around. But Greywalk Farms is super cool. Love Jay. So they took this photo with all of their great attendees that were touring the farm. So it kind of gave that behind the scenes look of what the farm looks like on an everyday occasion. Timeless Med Spa over on the right. This was a video post of one of their employees demonstrating live a cool sculpting treatment. So if someone was possibly thinking about getting cool sculpting, but they didn't really understand the process, or maybe they had some anxieties about it, showing them that behind the scenes footage of what they can expect, what it really looks like, what they're going to go through, can definitely ease those fears and anxieties that they might have and entice them to book that appointment. So behind the scenes is super cool. Anne said, do you have any tips for B2B marketing? So business to business. A lot of your examples are business to customer, which often seems easier. So I feel like I could talk about this for a while. B2B is definitely a little bit of a different ballgame than business to customer. So like Hannah already said, for when you're filling out that customer avatar, that person's or that business's wants, needs, frustrations, pain points, they're a lot different than just your average customer. Thinking about what they go through every day, how your business can help them. Obviously, there's a wide variety of things that B2B really means, like insurance for Watkins group benefits was primarily B2B because we were trying to attract those businesses. And we played around with some LinkedIn stuff for them as well. I think LinkedIn is a super important tool to utilize for B2B. It's primarily the audience there. But I would just challenge you to think about what that conversation needs to look like. It's a little bit different than when you're just promoting to a customer. We have Darlene. How do you really do behind the scenes if all your work is done on a computer? My offerings are digital. Darlene, maybe you could do a little bit. I don't know how personal your branding is or anything like that. If you're kind of running your own business or anything like that, I think kind of a behind the scenes of like what a day in your life could look like. That could be really interesting. But that can be tougher if all your work is just on a computer and it's super digital. But behind the scenes of your day, what your morning routine would look like before work or something like that could be really engaging as well.
Yeah, I think for that too, it's a little bit about you, which is actually what our next posts are going to be, and I'll let Lydia explain it. But I think introducing yourself to your audience, if it's you specifically who's the one selling, who the customer is going to interact with, if it's mostly you, I think giving people a little kind of meet Darlene. So she sells online courses. So if you're the instructor for those courses, letting people feel like they get to know you too. And that's something that I feel like we really try to do at Ugly Mug Marketing. And we have this new series that's coming out. Actually, Lydia and Wayne, their videos have already been released, but it's just kind of a fun series, and it's called What's in Your Bag. And all of us have very different things that we carry consistently in our work bags. All of us have different styles of work bags. And so it's just an opportunity for the audience to feel like they get to know you. Our owner, Wayne Mullins, always tells us that it is a lot harder to fire your friend than it is to fire a stranger. And that is very true. So you want to make sure that the people who are buying your online course feel like they are your friend, like they know you. And that is why social media is so special, because we really do have the opportunity to build a relationship with our customers. We have clients who are our general marketing clients, which the other Hannah in our office and Gina handle. and they do billboards and radio and some television ads for those people. But what I always think about is, if somebody drives past my billboard and they say, wow, that's a great billboard, or they think, I have a question about that, they can't just go and post their question. You don't get to build the relationship. You don't get to answer their question with that billboard. Social media is so different because you do have the opportunity to answer that question. They can just comment right on your post. They can direct message your your Instagram page or your Facebook page or your LinkedIn page. And that is a huge benefit, to be able to build that relationship right then and there when the customer is thinking about it. And I think so often we take that for granted on social media, and we take days to respond to people, when in reality we should be trying to respond to them within the hour, because that is their impression of the relationship that they're going to get to have with us.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So this is celebrity team member, celebrity
Employee,
celebrity customer posts. I'll let Lydia talk about that.
Yeah. So when I'm kind of introducing this idea to a new client or whoever, I kind of just say, hey, I want to run a Meet the Team series. So on the left, you see this example from Little Cakes. This was one of their employees, Delana. Did I say that right? Delana, yes. So we've done a handful of these for them, of their employees, but sharing just little tidbits of fun information, fun facts about them, because the powerful thing about Meet the Team posts or Meet the Team series, if you're doing multiples of them, is that, one, you're gaining social proof because you post these, you run them as ads, and I'm sure that Delana has a handful of people who have gone through the Little Cakes drive-through, and she's given them their coffee or their cupcake or their ice cream or whatever, and she's probably like a really great barista or a really great person, and they're like, oh my gosh, I love Delana. She gives me my latte every morning or whatever. So there's an example there. You can kind of see those metrics on the bottom of that engagement. Over on the right, Dr. Aguilar from Mid-Louisiana Surgical Specialists. It always is kind of funny to me, the crazy engagement that I see when we do these kinds of posts for medical professionals. And the way that I kind of think about it, and I know that not everyone that's watching today may not be able to relate to this, but if this can go so well for a doctor, it can go well for you. But to me, I think that people who visit Dr. Aguilar, maybe they go to see him maybe like once a year, if that, maybe a couple times a year, maybe once every few years, they have a connection with him. And think about, when is any other moment going to come up that they can brag on their doctor, tell people how much they love him, and it's not kind of like looked at a little bit weird, like side-eyed, like, okay, we get it, So giving them the opportunity to show their appreciation naturally is a really powerful thing. Like doctors like Freeman, their stuff always does super well. MLSS, we love sharing this stuff about the doctors because they are the business. It's not, we can't just keep saying, schedule your appointment with us, when we're putting this in front of people. And if a new or someone who has never called MLSS before, or maybe never scheduled an appointment, they see this post, they read those 19 comments of everyone saying, I love Dr. Aguilar. He's my favorite doctor. He probably has saved people's lives. I've seen that a lot on these doctor ones. Those are powerful messages because people trust the opinions of other people more than they trust whatever you're going to say about yourself. So giving people the opportunity to shout your praises so that other people can kind of hop on and see those as well. Dylan said, Meet the Staff posts work really well for restaurants as well. I am not surprised by that. Hannah, have you ever had experience? I know Little Cakes, but I'm trying to think.
Yeah, we've done it with Little Cakes. I don't think, I'm trying to think. Gosh, we've had so many different clients over the years, and I think we have about 30 right now, private clients.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think an interesting
like said,
Wildwood.
Yeah, we definitely should redo this for Wildwood. But I just think, like Lydia said, it's a great opportunity for social proof to be able to, see that people come here, they have a great experience, they like their doctor, they like their server, like the person behind the cash register. And that just shows other people that they're going to have a great experience and like those people when they go and visit or experience your product or service too. Next section here is Instagram. And Lydia is going to kind of walk us through Instagram and having an Instagram account for your business, the importance of that, and some of the key components of that. But again, want to reiterate that today we're just kind of scratching the surface on these different topics. And during 6 weeks to social success, we're going to really dive into Instagram and the ins and outs of it. We're going to dive into Facebook. I wish we could dive into TikTok and Snapchat and LinkedIn and all the other things, all the other powerful social media tools. But this is really our bread and butter would be Instagram and Facebook. And these are the things that we are the most knowledgeable of. Lydia and I have both been Blueprint certified in multiple categories. And so that's what we're going to be teaching you during 6 weeks to social success. So if you want more information, you can see our pinned post or pinned comment here. If you use code SUMMIT20, you will get $205 off, and you can only use that code between right now in this very moment and 30 minutes after the webinar ends today. And we still have a lot of great content, so hang in there with us. I think right now would be a good time to do our Canva giveaway, because we just talked about creating all these beautiful Facebook posts, and we're about to talk about creating beautiful content for your Instagram account. And we're going to talk about how important imagery on Instagram is. So I think now would be a great time to give away 1 free year of Canva Pro. You might already have Canva, but we're going to give you a free upgrade basically. And you can use that for an entire year. And like we've already said, Canva is amazing. You can create GIF moving ads in Canva. You can create still image. They have video features now as well, where you can create video using stock video that they have. They have stock imagery and templates that you can use if you're like, hey, I'm not super creative and I'm not a graphic designer and I don't know, what needs to go where and what it all needs to look like. Canva is the tool for you, and it is actually one of the things that we're going to be teaching you how to use in 6 weeks to social success. So if you have this account and you sign up for 6 weeks to social success, you're going to be like just set for life. You're going to be so successful. So right now we're going to give away a free 1-year membership to Canva Pro. Lydia, what are the requirements for this?
Yes. So I'm actually going to give away 2. So 2 people will win. Yeah, right now. I'm doing both.
All right.
Because I feel like a lot of people are going to be excited for it, and I don't have patience. So I need to give them both away. So I did this before. I did a little webinar about Instagram, and this was a question I posed to the people watching that day. And it was really interesting for me because I got to go look at these accounts and just kind of see their vibe, see what they're doing. So if you want to win a free year-long Canva Pro membership, please comment and tell me what of your favorite Instagram profiles, preferably for a business, or it can be a public figure or something like that. You may have to think about it for a second. I'm trying to think of what one of mine could be. I'm sure Hannah's is probably like Nordstrom or something like that, Madewell.
Yeah, way to call me out.
I'm calling her out. So go ahead and comment and tell me what one of those favorite accounts is on Instagram. It's kind of selfish because I like to do this so that I can see what other people are liking, and then see what they're doing, see how they look on Instagram. Catherine Manning has my favorite Instagram. Never heard of that person. Writing it down.
Yes. So comment. Oh my gosh, Bonnie's on here. Hi, Bonnie. And she said Jennifer Allwood. And Bonnie knows how much I love Jennifer Allwood too. She is one of my favorite people to follow. If you are in the creative industry, like Bonnie is, Bonnie has a wonderful business that's here in Central Louisiana. It's called Whimsical Art Painting Parties. And Bonnie will come to your house, even right now with COVID. You have to wear a mask, you have to be socially distanced, all the things. They're following all the guidelines there. But you can make these super fun. I think mine's in storage right now because we're in the process of moving. But you make these really fun door hangers. It's such a fun party. But Jennifer Allwood is someone who is also in the marketing and social media marketing space, but she really specializes in helping people who have creative businesses, Etsy shops, things of that nature. And she is phenomenal. I love following her. Somebody said Francesca Saunders. Denise said that.
We got a
William
lot here.
Wedding Companies.
Oh, Lisa said Go Clean Co.
Okay.
Which I had never heard of until Courtney Lauren shared that on her story because they were doing some crazy giveaway when they hit 1 million followers, and I don't follow them, but I feel like I need to. So
okay, I'm gonna say this right now. My favorite people to follow right now is the Home Edit, because they just had a Netflix series come out and they're really inspiring me to want to organize my home as nicely as possible. And I swear, if my fiance puts something out of place, I'm going to lose my mind, because I'm trying to make my pantry look like this, guys. It looks really small on this screen. Just go follow the Home Edit on Instagram. Do yourself a favor. Be inspired.
Oh my goodness, guys, I'm trying to write all these down. You're
Oh,
dropping.
Ramona, Humans of New York. That is a great one.
I always feel like I'm really missing out when people comment these because I've never heard of half of them, and I'm like, ugh.
So we're gonna keep moving. We are going to Courtney just said the Home Edit too. Meredith said yes, all the clear organizer bins. I'm like, you guys should see my Amazon cart. The Container Store is kind of pricey, y'all.
It really is.
Hannah, they're not Amazon.
Hannah, we're gonna give people a couple more minutes to give us those Instagram accounts, but we had a question that I wanted to pass to you. I'm trying to find it to see who it was because I saw it a little bit ago, but Meredith asked, what ratio should we do paid posts versus unpaid? So paid versus organic. What do you think that ratio should look like?
Yeah, so I think that if you are running Facebook ads, you absolutely need to be posting consistently on your page, because if somebody sees your ad and then they click and go back to your page and they see that your most recent post is from August of 2017, they're going to think you're out of business or that you're a scam. You're going to look sketchy. I think if you are running Facebook advertisements, a minimum that you need to be posting on your page is probably 2 to 3 times a week, minimum. Because that's still going to allow them to see, oh, you've posted within the last couple of days. Okay, this is a relevant business. They are pushing out other content other than, you know, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, which is really why when we're talking about the posting schedule, none of those posts should be sales posts. Save that for, you can certainly mix in those sales posts, but the majority of your content should be things that are outside of that, that still add value, that are fun, that are interesting for people in your target audience to look at. Because when you're running Facebook ads and have that strategy, which we're going to talk about right here once we cruise through Instagram, once you have that nailed down, the ads are going to be what actually convert people into a customer. Those are going to be the things that get them on your website, that get them into your door, that turn them into that stranger to the evangelist. It's going to be the Facebook ad. You absolutely need to be posting on your page consistently though, because that's where you can keep up with the relationship. Once they like your page and they can see what you're posting, they're following you on Instagram, whatever it may be, the ad is the selling tool. The post is how you maintain the relationship. So I would say minimum of 2 to 3 times per week, you should be posting some form of content on your page. And I would stray away from something that is specifically selling for your business if you already have ads that are doing that.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that real quick because I didn't even think about it until you were already answering. But I remember this was a couple weeks ago, I got this ad, which I wasn't surprised because I'm a social media coordinator, so I get these things. But it was a woman kind of promoting her, I don't even remember now, some sort of course that she offers for people to learn how to use her certain framework for Facebook ads. And so I got this ad. It was kind of her talking similarly how we are now. She was sharing her screen in Ads Manager. She was speaking about something. And so I think I read a little bit. I may have gone to her landing page and I went to her business profile because I was curious because we do similar things. So I kind of like to see how other people are marketing that way. And I went to her profile and she had a pinned post from, I believe, 2017 or around then. It was a couple years old. I remember that. And she said in the post something along the lines of, if you're reading this, it's probably because you got an ad of mine, but something like, sorry, I don't really post here. I make my content for the people I'm targeting. And so I don't want to go into all the details, but I remember reading it and I was like, okay, I'm out of here. Because for the same thing, if you're only going to talk to me when you are selling something to me, I don't want to spend that time with you because I don't build that relationship with you. You don't really value who I am as a person. You only worry about getting your sales messaging in front of me. So I think that's an important thing too. And it was kind of crazy to me that she just blatantly said that. So I'd be interested to see other people's opinions. But like Hannah said, staying consistent, keeping that relationship going with people is super important. Also, I was trying to write down all of these accounts and I'm a little overwhelmed, but I'm excited. So I might task, Hannah Broom is sitting over here at her desk next to me. I might task Hannah Broom to randomly select 2 people that commented just within the next 5 minutes, because I'll be chatting about it on Instagram.
What do they have to talk about?
If they talked about anyone that they like on Instagram, they are eligible. 2 people. I'll let you know in a few minutes. I'm gonna let Hannah figure out how she's gonna do that. But thank you so much for all of these suggestions. Wayne's gonna be mad because I'll probably take some time today to look at these accounts. But now I'm interested.
Yeah, Dylan asked you, Dylan said, how many posts per day is too many posts? Gosh.
I'd be interested to know what industry you're in or referencing, because I kind of said it before, I think it's super different. We work with some retail boutique businesses and they are posting minimum, I would say 3 times a day sometimes. But that's just kind of how that industry works, how it rolls. It's a little bit more necessary for them. But let's say like for Carla Guillory, we are posting sometimes once a week, at least, but usually, like Hannah said before, 2 to 3. So it really does depend, I think, on the industry, what is necessary for that. Hannah, do you have other thoughts there?
Yeah, I would say if it is retail, boutique, you're selling, some sort of product that somebody can order, have shipped to their home, whatever it may be. I would say for e-commerce, really of any kind where it's like a tangible product that is getting shipped to somebody's home, I would say, yeah, anywhere between 2 to 3 minimum posts per day. I also think it's really interesting to go and look at accounts that are truly successful. People who you can tell that their engagement actually matches their followers. Because I'll tell you this, there's so many businesses on Instagram and on Facebook that it says they have over 10,000 followers. And I don't know how they do it, but it's some sort of scheme of purchasing those followers. And it's very obvious to tell how many followers that company actually has by going and looking at the amount of people who actually engage with their content. So I say that because this next part is I like to go and look at people who are successful in the industry when we are working with a new client, because we have clients in all sorts of different industries. We have realtors, people in the restaurant industry. We have Kudos, who's in continuing education, specifically for cosmetologists and estheticians of all sorts. And then we have surgeons. So it's like we have such a wide range. So we like to go out and look at what other people are doing in the market and how they are being successful. But when I'm looking at other people, I look at what their engagement is on their content, because if somebody says they have 30,000 followers on Instagram and only 5 people like their photo, I'm not counting them as someone who's successful, because I know that those followers aren't truly people who are engaged with their content. I'm going to go find someone who has 30,000 followers and a couple thousand people are liking their content on Facebook, because then I know what's working. Then I go and see, what kind of content are they posting? How often are they posting? Did they post 10 times in one day and then only once the next day? The algorithm is constantly changing. And if you've watched The Social Dilemma, which make you feel which is a documentary on Netflix, which make you feel some type of way about Facebook or Instagram, or Google or Pinterest, or, all forms of social media. But one thing that they mentioned there is this: the algorithm is completely out of a human's control at this point. The algorithm is something that they created with coding in order to help put content in front of people that people like. And at this point, it has developed and turned so much and learned so much about each of us as individuals and users on social media that it is constantly just putting stuff in front of us. They know how long I hover over an Instagram ad. They know how long I hover over a post. They know how many seconds I watch of a video. And so if you're pumping content out there and posting and your users are looking at it, they're going to constantly be seeing it in the algorithm. But you have to be getting in front of them by means of Facebook ads or Facebook posts.
Dylan said that he is in the restaurant industry, so they have specials every day, burger of the month, etc. We do 4 to 5 per day right now, daily specials, staff pictures, rotate through hiring, upcoming events. I think that's a pretty good rate, or a pretty good consistent amount of posting, especially for restaurants. I know restaurants, like you mentioned, like the daily specials and things like that, showing the staff pictures I think is super cool as well. So Hannah Broom is still kind of choosing those Canva winners. So I will, oh yeah, she said there's a lot of comments. There really is. I was trying to write them down and I had to stop before I got halfway. So let's jump into Instagram.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hannah was going to be like, yeah, girl, let's get on topic. So let's talk about Instagram. Real quickly, just kind of a logistics thing. If you either do not have an Instagram for your business, and after we kind of go through this, you feel like you need it, this is the steps that you need to take to set up a business account. These specific steps right here are if you have a personal profile and you need to switch it to a business account. A super important reason you want to do that, if you're using Instagram for your business, but it's not your business account, then is because you get this access to what they call insights on your Instagram page. So I'm actually going to leave this real quick and jump on Instagram on our Ugly Mug page or account so I can show you what it actually is, because it's super valuable. You get to learn what times of the day your people, your followers are on Instagram. So you kind of know a little bit more of when to post. You can see exactly how many interactions you're getting. So if you go to your profile, once you switch it to a business account, here's our little Ugly Mug. I know it's really small in the corner of your screen, but there's a little thing under edit profile that says insights, and you click it and then look at all this valuable data. Wow, I can click followers and I can see what times, or I can see the ages of our followers and the percentage of our followers that are in certain age ranges. I can see times of the day or hours of the day and the days of the week that are the highest for us. So it's super important that you have access to that information, that you can leverage that. So make sure you have a business account. Biggest thing that I want to talk about for Instagram and how it differs from other social media platforms that you are going to market your business on is that Instagram is all about appearance. And I don't know if it's another slide on here, but what we like to say is that image is your headline. So on Facebook, people are scrolling. Yes, the imagery, the visual content is going to catch their eye, but what they stick around for is, if it catches their eye, they're looking at your copy, what you're saying, what you're telling them. And on Instagram, it's a little bit of a flip-flop. The photo, the visual content, the video, whatever you're posting takes up like at least 75% of their phone when they're looking at it. It's super important. The visual content, oh, I forgot I closed out of this. So let me make sure I get back to the live so I can track these comments. But super important for that visual content to be a consistent branding for you. And you're making sure that it is something that will make people stop scrolling, because that's what people value on Instagram. So here are some screenshotted examples of a client of ours, Bella Grace. They are primarily a stationery / gift shop, and they're located in Lafayette as well as Baton Rouge. And so these examples of their Instagram are here because I wanted to show what it kind of looks like, what it means to have a consistent look or feel or brand on your Instagram feed. I've talked about this before on previous webinars, but I think it's super, super powerful to have that consistent look, especially on Instagram, because like we've said, That's the most important thing. But it can trigger your followers to attach a certain look to who you are. So for example, when I'm scrolling on my Instagram and I see a photo, if it's Target, like 98% of the time before I look at the username, I know it's Target. Same thing actually too for Nikki Bardwell, who's a local photographer here in Alexandria that we love using. She actually took these photos, most of these photos you see on the profiles here. But when I'm scrolling and I see a photo that Nikki has posted, I know it's Nikki's because she has a certain look, she has a certain feel, and I think that's really powerful. So another point I want to quickly mention is that, yes, these photos are super beautiful. Nikki did such a great job with these stationary photos and product photos for Bella Grace, but by no means do you have to have or hire a professional photographer to have a successful Instagram. You can do as much as you want and what you're capable of with your iPhone and with a couple, like a ring light or something like that, and you will get very, very good photo content. So this next example is a story ad that we created for Little Cakes. This was last year. Right around the beginning of school year, they wanted to run this special, which was that if someone came into their store, which this was before COVID, so they could actually come in, but if they showed their school ID, so students and teachers, if they could show their school ID, they would get a free cookie with a $5 purchase. So we kind of had this idea for this promotion, and I don't really remember whose idea it was, but we went with the strategy to run this on Instagram stories. Reason being, which brings me to a good point, the demographic on Instagram is primarily people ages 18 to 24 or 25. That's like the biggest bulk. It's like 75% of all people in that age range are on Instagram. You can even kind of stretch it to 18 to like 34 and even younger than 18. But that sort of middle range is the highest demographic that is active on Instagram. And so when we put together the school ID special, we knew that high schoolers and even teachers, this was going to be a great place to reach them at. Another quick thing I want to note is if you're on Instagram and you use it frequently, you probably can tell that the fonts and some of the features that we created this ad on were from Instagram. We went into Instagram. I think I'm pretty sure I did it, but I went on Instagram, uploaded this super cool photo of these cookies, and used the tools in Instagram with the text and even the little marker behind that text school ID special. And I wanted to utilize those native features in the platform because when someone is scrolling on their stories and an ad pops up, we wanted that to be sort of just a natural experience for them, and they would kind of see those fonts and recognize that from the platform and be a little bit more in tune with it. So there it is. Image is your headline. Visual content is super, super important on Instagram. We talked about the business profile and why that's super important. Another important thing to remember too about Instagram is that when someone, maybe they see your post from a hashtag that you used, or maybe the explore feed, or someone shared your post on their story and they're going to your profile, the first thing that they see is your bio. And so it's super important to be mindful of the information you're putting there, because what I like to tell people is that what are the most important things that you want to tell people or you want people to know as soon as they jump on your profile? As soon as, if they've never heard of you, what do you want them to know? For Bella Grace, you can see this was an example of kind of what it looked like before we switched it up. And here's the little after, which I'll talk about each of these pieces. So we made sure to keep those descriptions of the things that they do, their services. So they do wedding invitations and stationery and gifts. And so letting people know exactly what they can expect that Bella Grace does if they've never heard of Bella Grace, having their phone number there if they, kind of go through their feed and then they're ready to call them because they're super excited about setting up a consultation for their wedding invitations. Having their hours there is super important as well. And then just a quick, super easy link, clickable link to your website. So having that information, think about what that is. Super important information you want someone to know about your business as soon as they jump on there. I would kind of also, challenge you and say that, yes, motivational quotes are great, but I don't think it's the most necessary thing for a business Instagram profile to have, like motivational quotes in their bio. Think about the things that are beneficial for your customers, new customers, and prospects to know about your business when they go to your profile. Another super, super important thing with Instagram, and it can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but it is getting followers. How do you do that? What does it take? These are our main tips, things that we utilize for our clients, for ourselves on Instagram. So I'll go through each of these real quick. I know you can read and they're pretty self-explanatory, but sharing your Instagram account on other social media. I know that Courtney, I use Courtney a lot as an example, but it's because she's grown so much with their social media. But Courtney is a part of Lemoyne Productions, her and her husband, Spencer. And so she's been doing super awesome. Go check out their Facebook and their Instagram. But she, I know, posted on their Facebook, kind of highlighting their Instagram account and saying like, hey, if you don't already follow us, go follow us there. Sometimes they share more exclusive content on their stories, behind the scenes and stuff like that. So that was super cool to see. Also adding it to your email signature, pretty simple. Linking it on your website. I know you've been to a million websites and you see the little Facebook or Instagram icon that you can click and it kind of sends you there. Making sure that you're using relevant hashtags. So if, like, for example, for Ugly Mug Marketing, I'm not going to be hashtagging hashtag travel or hashtag food or whatever. Making sure that you're staying relevant to your business so you're finding the people who actually care about what your content is. Tagging your location, same thing. Making sure that people in your area who may not know about you can find you. And then a super, super important one is following, but also engaging with other accounts. I think gaining followers on Instagram is a little bit more of give and take than what most people want to put into it. It takes a lot of work. You have to become part of a community. You need to make sure that you are engaging with other people, building those relationships, and you'll definitely see a return on it. Yes, there it is. That's what I was just talking about. So just like following other people, you can use the Explore page to find people to follow. And you can, I think there is another feature. Hannah.
Yeah, there's the Discover. So the Find People is under the Discover section. So you can go and find people to follow there. Like Lydia's mentioned before, follow those relevant kind of key people. Like their photos and comment on their posts, and just engage with them in any way that you possibly can. And then we use these methods in order to grow Bella Grace's following. And so I'm going to let Lydia quick show the results from that.
Yeah, so at the beginning of them coming to us, they were at 326 followers. And within, I believe, like 6 months, we got them up to 1,093. So I think it's important to remember too, like, we do this for our job and it still took 6 months. It takes hard work and dedication. You're not going to see those 600 or 700 followers overnight, but stick with it. You'll see those results. And I have some exciting news. We have our Canva Pro winners on the other side of this paper. Woo-woo! Thank you. Shout out Hannah Broom sitting next to me for doing that for me. So drum roll, please. Pathetic.
I don't know if people could actually hear that either.
Yeah. Our first winner for a year-long Canva Pro subscription or membership is Denise Harding. Woohoo, Denise. She told us that she loves Francesca Saunders, who's a marketing guru on Instagram. So Denise went ahead and sent the little drums. Super excited for you, Denise. We will send you a message after this live and make sure to get you hooked up with that. So that was our first winner. We have another winner, and I'm super excited because he's been super active here on our live, but our second winner is Bobby Wheeler, who mentioned Catherine Manning, who also does Instagram marketing. So Bobby, you are our other winner of the 1-year Canva Pro membership. And I think he said he loved Canva. So now you won't have to pay for it for a whole year. How exciting. All right, let me
So
take a sip. Basket.
got some winners for that. Now I also want to give away another copy of our book. Well, it's not our book, but it's the book that our team is reading this month. We try to read at least 1 month a book as a team. This is the one that we're all going to be reading for this upcoming quarter, or sorry, not a book a month, a book a quarter. It is called Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. This book is going to help you figure out how to best connect, find, and market to your target audience. So if you just want to comment and tell me the name of a restaurant that you love. Tell me what your favorite restaurant is. Even, I know you're not in Michigan, you're not in Louisiana, some of you are in Texas. Tell us the name of your favorite restaurant. And in just a couple minutes, I'm going to choose a winner to get a copy of Influence. And I actually think we're giving away 5 copies of this during this live. So maybe I'm just going to give away 2 and get crazy.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to mention, if you're loving what you're hearing, if this is helpful, us just even answering your questions here today, sign up for 6 weeks to social success. It is going to be a great time, one-on-one time with me and Lydia, deep diving into a lot of this stuff. And this next section here is probably by far the most important section of our entire presentation, which some could argue we need to put it first, but I argue that we need all this other stuff first because you need to have context for what we're actually going to be diving into here. So tell me what your favorite restaurant is. Oh my gosh, somebody wrote Hungry Howie's Pizza. Steve Gill. Did we just become best friends? Steve, I need to know what kind of Hungry Howie's Pizza you like and what your favorite crust is, because I love Hungry Howie's Pizza. I wouldn't say it's my favorite restaurant, but it is up there. It is up there.
I feel like Steve won some brownie points. He's probably going to get a book. So we'll see if this is rigged.
Like, Steve, what address? Like, I'm just going to ship this personally from my house to you. Steve said, LOL.
I think of what my favorite restaurant is. It's kind of hard.
Steve maybe even said Hungry Howie's Pizza as a joke, but I'm totally here for it, Steve. Oh, he said, I was born and raised in Detroit. Okay. My dude, Steve. All right. That's awesome. Oh, then I would thought you'd been a Little Caesars guy, but that's okay. Hungry Howie's, delish. Okay, let's talk about strategy. Here is the strategy that a lot of marketers and businesses and organizations might be relying on if they don't really think about, like we talked about earlier in the presentation, about how the strategies and the tactics and marketing and all of the different tools that you can use for marketing, how they all play together. Here's what they do. They create, and let's just say this too, we're not saying anything against prayer because I'm like, whoo, won't he do it? You can pray all you want, but it cannot be the only thing that you rely on when you are running Facebook ads. So a lot of people start with this fancy pants, Facebook ad. They make it look really pretty and they think they've got all the copy and they just have one single version of it. And then they pray and say, dear, whatever you believe in, please help these people to see my ad and buy my stuff, which is what you think is going to happen at the end of this. And that's not what is going to happen, people. There's so much more strategy, so much more thought that has to go into it. You can't just write one single Facebook post, boost it, which, we do not like the boost post button here at Ugly Mug Marketing, but we'll get into that later. You can't just do that. That can't be your strategy. There has to be more behind it. Once you have the more stuff behind it, pray all you want to whoever you want to, because I am sure you're going to see success once you put that strategy into place. Here are the steps of creating that strategy. Here are the components and the pieces that you absolutely must have and have thought out when you are developing that strategy. And it is this: you need to know what the challenge is. You need to know what assets you have. You need to know what outcomes you are after. You need to know the reasons why someone would want to buy or experience your service or product. Then you need to develop your strategy, and then you need to monitor things. And if you see that something isn't working, you need to know what you need to tweak. Do I need to change the copy? Do I need to change the image? What are going to be the things that I need to switch and change up? What are ads I need to shut off because they're not working? And how can I make them better? And what can I test against it? So, challenge identifier. What is the challenge that your business is currently facing? It could be we don't have anybody on our email list and we need to get people on our email list because we want to start a newsletter, but we can't send out our newsletter if we don't have anyone on our list. What's the gap? What is preventing you from getting to that ideal outcome of having people on our list? Maybe your ideal outcome is we want to have 5,000 people on our email list. What's the gap between getting you from no one being on your list? I'm having a challenge. I cannot get people on my email list. The gap and your ideal outcome. Maybe your challenge is people are not coming into my store. And your ideal outcome is I want to have 500 transactions on my cash register every single day if I'm a restaurant. What is the gap in between those things? What can help you? What do you need to overcome to get to that ideal outcome? Think about those things. This again is a page that is going to be in the workbook that we're going to send you. If you attend today, you get that for free. Just make sure you comment and tell us, I want the workbook. Or if you've told me that you love Hungry Howie's Pizza, you'll also get the workbook too. Now I want you to think about your assets. What are assets that your business already has that you can get to convert somebody into a customer? Maybe you have website traffic. That's a huge asset. Maybe you have an email list, another huge asset. I cannot stress the importance of not just relying on your social media followers to get news and information about your business to your people. Because the fact of the matter is this, and this is kind of a Debbie Downer on social media. The fact of the matter is tomorrow you could go and log in and your business page could be gone. It could be gone for no reason. And Facebook can't get it back to you, or maybe Facebook, it just is gone tomorrow, which I don't believe is going to happen, but it is a thing that business pages have been deleted. And that has been the only way that a business has been able to reach out to their people. But if you have every single person who follows you on Instagram or on your Facebook page, if you have them on an email list, who cares that your Facebook page is gone? You still have their contact information and are able to communicate with them that way. I'm off my soapbox. Other assets that you have are your existing customers, people who are already shopping with you, buying your product, experiencing your service. Your Facebook audience, like I just mentioned, that's another asset that you might have. Or money, the financial resources to be able to market, to run Facebook ads. Those are other assets that you have. And here is what you can use to leverage those things. If you have website traffic, you can be running an ad with a pop-up banner. If you have an email list, you can upload that email list to a custom audience in Facebook. If you have existing customers, you can run a contest or a giveaway to help promote your business and get them to engage that way, tag their friends. We're going to talk to you about a really cool thing at the end of here about giveaways. Facebook audience, you can run an engagement campaign. And if you have money, you need to be investing in Facebook ads. Running ads on Facebook might not be as new of a concept as it was, 10 years ago or whenever Facebook ads started running, but it is not dead. In fact, it is alive more than ever. And there are so many more tools and resources and data that help us to be successful and to get people to purchase our product or service when all from the touch of their cell phone. Now, next thing is reasons. We need to think of the reasons that we get them to stop scrolling. How many of you, gosh, give me the little raise hand emoji or just throw a like or something on here. How many of you just scroll mindlessly on social media? Like, I think we all do. You need to give them a reason to stop. You need to have graphics, photography, and again, it doesn't have to be by a professional. You can do it yourself in Canva. You can whip out portrait mode on your phone and take some really incredible photos, but you need to give them a reason to stop and look at your ad, look at your image on Instagram, whatever it may be. And then you need to give them a reason to care. And oftentimes business owners, entrepreneurs of all sorts, we get lost in giving them a reason to care, but it's our reason. It's why we think they should care. It's why we care. We need to think about put our customer cap on. Oh, Courtney said all day, every day. Ralph Taylor raised his hand. Meredith raised her hand. On the raise your hand if you scroll on Facebook, mindlessly, or Instagram. But back to what I was saying. Why should they care? We need to put our perspective needs to be in the mind of the customer and why they care about whatever it is that we're trying to sell them. The next step of this process is develop a strategy that is actually going to work. Now, these are just a few. Actually, it might be all. I think I'm actually missing a couple, but these are just a few of the different objectives that you can select when you are running an ad using Facebook Ads Manager. You can run ads for brand awareness, reach, traffic, video views, lead generation, Lydia and I's all-time favorite, post engagement, page likes, event response, messages, conversions, catalog sales, and store traffic. These are all ways that we can reach our target audience once we've figured out and developed that audience and figured out who those people are. We can use these different objectives, and we can use multiple of these objectives in order to reach them and get them to ultimately purchase our product. All right, so I'm going to come back to my giveaway here real quick before I go any further and I forget. Steve Gill, you're definitely getting a copy of Influence because I love Hungry Howie's. And then I'm just going to scroll here. Wait, let me go back to that section. And I'm going to close my eyes and just put my finger on one of these as I'm scrolling. Oh, gosh. Oh, here we go. Steve Dale, you're getting a copy of Influence. He said, wait, is it Sauté on 6th in Clarkston, Washington? Love that. What kind of food do they have there, Steve? It sounds great. Awesome. Lydia, can you write down their names that they won the book just so I remember who to DM after our session here? All right, so now we're going to talk about 3 specific strategies that we are currently using at Ugly Mug Marketing for our clients. I've got a couple of old examples in here, and then I actually went and took fresh screenshots this morning, guys. Some of this is real-time data. These are real results that we are getting for our clients. I want to talk to you about lead generation because it is my all-time favorite. It is my all-time favorite objective, honestly, because I think it's the most gratifying and rewarding. And we can really clearly see the results that come through from it. And I think Lydia would agree. Right, Lydia?
Had to unmute, but yes, for sure.
Okay, so lead generation is a tool that you can use directly on Facebook in order to get customer information, whether you're trying to get their information to schedule a free consultation with them, to get them on your newsletter list, to schedule an appointment with them. If any one of those things falls into something that you're trying to do, if you're trying to grow your email list, if you're trying to get leads for someone to purchase your service, if you're trying to schedule free consultations with people, anything along those lines, schedule an appointment, lead generation is going to be the tool for you. Or if you're even just trying to send them an exclusive offer, this is the tool that you need to be using on Facebook. Right now, I'm going to walk you through a couple examples. Both of them are food industry. And honestly, I should have shared, I will make a post showing some results from somebody who's actually a public speaker that we're working with. Her name is Jane Jenkins Hairlong. She is a phenomenal public speaker based out of South Carolina. She travels all over the world. She's a best-selling author. We're actually using this same method to grow her email list. And I will share those results with you on Facebook later today. So stay tuned for that because I want to show you that it does work in other industries. And we run this campaign a ton for people across all different industries, like I said. So I'm going to show you an example from Little Cakes with Big Attitude. They're a local bakery and coffee shop in Alexandria, Louisiana. They have 13,000 Facebook followers, all people who live in the Alexandria area or have traveled and experienced Little Cakes before. So here's this. It says, do you love Little Cakes? Then you will love our monthly newsletter. You'll receive an exclusive offer, behind the scenes fun, a free cupcake on your birthday, and lots more sweet surprises. Sign up today. So we keep the copy on these campaigns really short, sweet, to the point. We let them know that they're signing up for our newsletter because we want to be transparent. We don't want to trick them. They think they're signing up for something else, and then now they're getting our newsletter all the time. We definitely don't want to do that. So being really clear, but also letting them know what they're going to get, thinking about the benefit that they'll receive. When people are on Facebook and when they're making purchases or they're shopping around for a product or service, they are constantly thinking about what is in it for me. So you need to be thinking about it from their perspective of when they see this ad, they're going to be thinking, well, what's in it for me? Why should I sign up for your newsletter? Another really awesome incentive that Little Cakes offers is they're going to get 15% off their next purchase immediately when they fill out this form, because it's connected to their MailChimp account, which I'll explain in just a second. And then once someone signs up, MailChimp triggers an automatic email that goes to these people and gives them 15% off. Just another little added incentive. And you can see here on the ad, we've used that as, this is called the headline. So we've used that as the headline to actually incentivize people to get them to sign up. We keep the text on this one pretty minimal because we know for Little Cakes that when we use their owners, Bridget and Robin, when we use their lovely faces on an ad, that those are the ads that have the best traction. And so just another reason for people to sign up. They see Bridget and Robin's faces. We're targeting people who already like their page, so they likely already know who Bridget and Robin are. And so of course they're going to sign up for their email newsletter. So here's just a little more up close capture screenshot of what the ad itself looks like. Now, when somebody clicks that sign up button, we're not taking them away from Facebook, which Facebook does not like. Facebook wants you to keep users on your page. So they don't want you driving to a contact page or to a sign up form on your website or through your MailChimp. We want to keep them here on the platform because it's easier for the user too. So it says sign up for our monthly newsletter. You're going to get exclusive offers. Sign up by providing your information below. We're asking for first name, last name, and you can't see it here, but we're asking for their email address, obviously, and for their birthday so that we can send them that really special treat on their birthday, or they can get that free cupcake. The next screen is the privacy policy, and then the thank you page. So this is all native to Facebook. You can choose what fields or what information you would like from them. Of course, it's slightly limited based on what Facebook information can autofill, which is a really awesome tool too. This is so easy for the customer to fill out because Facebook already knows their first name, last name, and their email, and it may already know their birthday too, because that's information that you have to give Facebook in order to get an account. So this hardly, if ever, someone actually has to fill this form out. It autofills, and if the information's correct, they hit next, submit, and then they go to the thank you page, and that is it. You don't want there to be too much information or too many fields for them to have to fill out because it could be things that are not going to autofill. So keep it short and sweet and to the point. Okay, Dylan asked, do y'all A/B test everything? We A/B test a ton. This was actually the winning ad for this. We had another, well, actually the queen of A/B testing is the other Hannah in our office, Hannah Broom. She loves doing split testing.
She's going to grab my computer charger because I just got a notification my computer might die. So coming back, maybe she'll say hi.
Yeah. So Hannah actually loves split testing, but we always split test, especially when it comes to this. But sometimes we have been successful at finding the right ad the first time because we already know a lot about the audience. But I definitely recommend split testing. The thing that I would split test for these ads is your copy. And I would lead with the incentive. I would test your headline. And then the last thing I would actually test is your imagery on this one. So these are the results from this from this campaign that we ran. We ran this from July of last year through December of 2019, and we're actually picking up this exact same campaign with Little Cakes in the month of October. So maybe I'll share those results with y'all as well. But here were the results. We had 322 new people added to Little Cakes email list, and we were targeting people who already like the Little Cakes page. So we're just taking those likes and just making sure they're on the email list, making sure if Facebook deletes our Facebook page, we still have the ability to connect with those people. These are people who are already interested in our content, who already love Little Cakes, who are probably already customers. We want to make sure they're getting all that good exclusive content, that personal message from Bridget and Robin every single month. So 322 new people, all for just 67 cents a lead. So I'll let you do the math at home. 322 times 67 cents. You can tell how much money we spent on this ad. Now, Facebook has 3 different areas that they're measuring your ad on and hoping to determine who gets to see this ad and how often they see it and all the things. And it's quality ranking, engagement ranking, and conversion ranking. They want to make sure that your ad is relevant to the people that it's getting in front of. We already knew it was going to be above average in all of these categories because of the people that we're targeting. We're not trying to reach someone new. We're not spending our budget on trying to attract that new customer because it would have been 5 times as much as this based on research. We're using this to get in front of people who are already our customers so that they keep coming back, that they have a reason to keep coming back to Little Cakes, that they see these other exclusive offers and things that we have at Little Cakes with Big Attitude. Heather said, is the newsletter sign up flow like that? Wait, hang on. Heather said, oh, I lost it. Where'd it go?
Is it only available through an ad or can this be set up on its own?
It has to be through an ad.
Which you can, once the ad is created and published,
you can
post it on the page, but we've just seen with experience, you're not going to get the same results if you're not paying to get that out to people. If it's just organic on your page, you could get a few, but you're not going to see those numbers.
Yeah. So here's another example. Again, I apologize. These are both in the restaurant industry, but again, this works in all industries. This works for realtors. This works for restaurants. This works for doctors' offices. This works for, if you have a reason that someone would want to be incentivized to get on your newsletter or to get additional information from you, or if there's something that you're going to be offering just to people on your newsletter list, this will work for you. All right, join the Wildwood Tribe. Subscribe to our email list. You'll receive half off any salad, monthly specials, promotions, and exclusive content. Immediately when they signed up for this, they got half off any Wildwood salad, and they had a week that they could use that coupon. Here were the results from that. 270 people added to the email list at just 85 cents per lead. Now, here are actually some split testing that we did. I think Dylan asked about split testing, I believe, or somebody did. Yes, we split test offers, audiences, all that good stuff. Here were some breakdowns of those split tests. So you can see our winning ad for Baton Rouge, which is identified by BTR. The winning ad is up here on the top at 68 cents per lead. One of the ones we split tested against for audience specifically, or an offer, that was $1.65 per lead. And for these, our goal is always to have them under $1. For Alexandria, you can see we had 177 people sign up at 56 cents per lead, but then we had 270 people sign up at 85 cents per lead. We left both of those ones running in this example because it was still under $1 and it was still beneficial to the company. Now, this is an ad we just ran last month for Baton Rouge. We freshened up the content, we changed up the copy and the offer. The offer is buy one, get one free pizza or salad. So this is what the creative looked like, a beautiful picture of pizza, salad, and very clear, buy one, get one free. Sign up button was selected. We're encouraging them to join the Wildwood Tribe, which is their email list. Here were the results just from last month, and I believe just with around a couple $100. Excuse me. 205 people signed up at 98 cents per lead. And again, we are targeting people for this actually within a 10-mile radius of the storefront. And in every single category, it was above average here as well. We reached 7,826 people and had a total of 23,704 impressions. This is invaluable. That offer, somebody is going to come and use, and they're going to bring someone else with them, and they're probably going to buy something else too. This is a great offer. It needs to be incentivizing. That is a key piece of this working. You need to have a good incentive or reason that the customer perceives as a good enough reason for them to sign up for your newsletter list.
Hannah, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was thinking, because Hannah, like she said, those were examples in the restaurant industry. And so she kind of mentioned her goal is to keep those leads. She's happy when they're under $1, which for a lot of our clients and industries, we do stick to that. I wanted to talk real quick about an example. I don't have the visuals here in the presentation, but I tested a lead gen ad for Carla Guillory, who was the realtor, local realtor that I kind of mentioned before. We tested, which this was in July, I believe, when we ran that, and I'm actually going to restart it this coming month in October just to see what we can produce. But I tested that out, and it was simply giving people an opportunity because, like I said before, her whole idea, her whole brand is being very approachable, very personal, not just posting, here's a new listing, but being a resource and an asset. So we created this lead gen form that simply said, ask me anything. If you have a real estate related question that you just can't seem to get answered, you don't know what to do in a certain situation, submit your question. And it really just asked them for their name and probably some contact info, and then had a space for them to say what their question was. And we only had, in the span of the month, we only had one person fill it out, which I really was not surprised by because I had never done something like that before. It really wasn't a super incentivized thing, but I wanted to see what we could produce. We had someone fill it out for Carla. She made a connection with the person. She went to this person's house, and their question was about something with their flooring. She wasn't sure. She wanted to sell her home, wasn't sure if she needed to go ahead and fix her flooring that was a little messed up before she sold it, or kind of leave it as is, which would bring the value down. So Carla made that connection with this woman, and it was super beneficial. So as of right now, I do not think that Carla is her primary realtor. I don't know if this home is on the market or anything like that. But in the future, that woman is going to value the knowledge and the wisdom that Carla gave to her and her advice. And so if she does end up putting it on the market, Carla's going to be a top contender for the realtors that she's going to look at. And that lead did cost us $35. That was the budget I put behind it that month. But think about the money. If Carla did end up making that connection with her, or maybe that woman goes to tell her friends about this super personal and easy experience she had with this realtor. If someone wants to hire Carla, she could probably make a lot more than $35 in the real estate industry. So I just wanted to bring that up as an example that if your leads are less than $1, that doesn't mean they're not successful and you can't gain value from them. There are just certain industries where we, especially those email list examples, that's our goal, that we try to stay below, but don't be discouraged if you are not there. I spent $35 for that lead. It has not actually made her money yet, but I believe that it will in the future. Just wanted to say that real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. And that really ties into the next thing that I'm going to talk about. Look, guys, I know we said this was going to end at 10:30 your time, 11:30 my time. I'm on Eastern time. And I know we're 12 minutes over. So if you're able to stay with us, stay on, because we do have a little bit more to get through here with you today. Hopefully no more than 10, 15 minutes to get through. So hang on with us if you have time. If you've got to go, we understand. But I want to remind you that we are giving away two scholarships to our 6-week to social success course. In this course, we're gonna one-on-one with you dive in how to specifically do this. We're going to walk through the steps of creating these campaigns, of creating the audiences, and it's going to be incredibly valuable for you and your business to have the insight on and the know-how to do this so that you can implement it, because we understand not everyone has the funds or is in a place with their business right now to hire a private marketing agency, or maybe your business has been extremely successful and you're heading into Q4 on a really high note, and you're looking to end Q4 on a really high note and head into 2020 with a lot of momentum. Wherever you're at, this course can help you, and we're going to be giving away 2 free scholarships to this course. The course is valued at $500, which honestly, I think it's probably a $2,000 value, but we priced it at $500. And if you don't win, you can still sign up within 30 minutes of this webinar ending today. Use code SUMMIT20, and you will get $205 off. That's over 40% savings on the 6 weeks to social success course. And again, it's 6 weeks, it's 2 hours of your time every single week. And any additional time that you want to hop in on our office hours, our virtual office hours, you're able to do that too. We're going to be teaching you the ins and outs of how to do this, and specifically for your industry and your business. It's going to be good. You do not want to miss out. I have one more copy too of Influence to give out.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Also, I was going to say, if you are interested in the scholarship for the course, I did mention earlier, we would love it if you would share this video on your page and tag us and things like that so we can see it. But go ahead and just let us know. I see Bobby is pretty interested. Bobby, thank you so much for staying engaged with us today. We hope you can stick around to the end. But if there's anyone else who is super interested in that scholarship, just go ahead and comment and let us know, just so we can be clear. We don't want to give it to someone who shared if they're not interested as much as someone else. So
yes. So share this live stream on your page, tag us or comment and say, I want access to the course. And we will enter you in to the scholarship giveaway. And we're going to actually be announcing those winners after the course at the end of the day today. Because we just got to gather up and go and look at all the comments and everything. And we're going to draw that winner randomly. But we just need to know if you're interested. So let us know. Somebody just asked a great question. What is the start date on 6 weeks to social success? That start date is going to be Monday, October 5th. And what we're actually going to do, like I said, this is highly personalized. Everything is done live. You're not logging into something and watching videos of Lydia and I talking. This is all conducted live. So what we're actually going to be doing is, once we have everyone signed up, the course is going to start that week. And on that Monday, we're actually going to be sending out an email to anyone who has signed up. And we're going to ask you, we're going to give you a couple of different times to choose from that the course is actually going to be hosted live on for that week. So we'll ask you, all right, over the next 6 weeks, does Wednesday at 10 a.m. work for you? Does Wednesday at 11 p.m. work? Okay, it's not really going to be 11 p.m., but you get what I'm saying. We want it to be something where you can actually log on and watch live. But if you're unable to join us live and you have signed up for the course, there will be recordings every single week. So you'll be able to tune in that way too. All right.
I'm writing down these names of people interested in the scholarship so that we can go ahead and pick them before we leave, so that if they don't win, they still have time to use the code Summit20 if you want to purchase the course for $295. But we will let you know before we leave today who has those 2 scholarships.
Oh, okay, great. Generating leads. So like Lydia mentioned, email lists we're trying to keep under $1. You need to know the value of a lead and your ability to convert that lead into a paying customer when it comes to generating a lead for a quote or a free consultation or whatever it is that your business is offering to that person who's filled out the form. I'm going to quick run through this example because I just don't want to go too much more over our time because I know I'm a talker. But this is Sergi's Heating and Air Conditioning. This is not in the food industry. This is in the service industry, specifically heating and air. And this is an offer that they run pretty much all year, but that we're strategic on when we're promoting on social media. And it's for a $69 tune-up. It is normally valued at $178, and we offer it at this exclusive rate. In this ad, we tell them every single little thing that we're going to do during this 20-point inspection of their AC unit during the summer. And in the fall, we switch over to furnace. And so our goal is to get as many people as possible to sign up for this $69 tune-up special. We ask for their full name, we ask for their email, we ask for their phone number, and for their zip code. And once they submit that, this goes over to the team at Sergi's, to their customer service team. And that team then follows up with them via email and phone and asks them when they want to schedule their appointment. I will tell you that this has generated a lot due to, protecting our clients. I can't tell you how much, But I will tell you that this has produced a lot of revenue for Surgeys. It has turned into not only a $69 tune-up, but maybe an entire new unit being installed in someone's home, which can range from anywhere from $3,000 to even up to $10,000. The benefit of this is remarkable. Now, let me show you how much the leads were at the time of this screenshot. This was back in February. We generated 24 leads in a month for Surgeys at $8.31 per lead. Our goal for this was to keep them under $10, just knowing our price point and knowing how many people we would actually be able to convert into a $69 tune-up customer. We had a list that we were targeting. We had an email list of current customers, and that's specifically who we were targeting. But we also created what's called a lookalike audience. And I don't have time to dive into all of that. That's something we'll discuss far more during 6 weeks to social success. But we created what's called a lookalike audience in Facebook and targeted that audience as well. I will tell you that I have gotten leads for Surgeys at $3.87 a lead at times too. These ads are all average or above average in the quality and ad relevance ranking. And again, it has generated a remarkable amount of revenue for these businesses. I know Courtney Lemoyne is on here. I know she's joining us for 6 weeks to social success. And I'm really excited for her to be in this course because her and her husband own a videography company. And I could see this working so well for them for generating leads of brides who need to hire a wedding videographer for their upcoming wedding. I can see this model working so well for them, and having some offer, get $100 off or schedule a free consultation with us. And I'm really excited to work with Courtney on that during the course. So get excited, Courtney, because we already have ideas for you. All right, so we've been talking about these leads and how the lead goes from Facebook to our customer or to our clients or to Surgeys, or the lead goes from Facebook over to Little Cake's MailChimp account. But how does it get there? And it gets there by a tool called Zapier. In our office, we call it Zapier, but I will call it Zapier because that is the real name and I don't want to confuse anybody. But Zapier is an automation tool, and it can automate, I swear, anything. It could probably automate me getting up and making my coffee in the morning. I don't know. It is magic. And what it does, it connects certain apps and tools to each other so that we do not have to do it. Because let me tell you what would happen if we didn't have Zapier. Any single time somebody signed up for your email list, you'd have to log into Facebook, go to your ad account, click on the leads, download the lead CSV form, go over to Facebook, upload, or if you're going into MailChimp, download that list, upload the list into MailChimp, add them as a subscriber manually. It's a lot of work. What Zapier does is eliminates all of that work. The second somebody fills out that form, their name goes onto your email list. Or in this case, what we do for Surgeys is anytime someone fills out that form, an email looks like it's coming from me. They get excited anytime they see my name come across their email. And it automatically sends them an email from my Gmail account, and it says, hey, you have a new lead. Here's their first name, their last name, their email, their phone number, and all of their information. So you can see how we create the steps here. Here's all the people that it goes to, and it CCs me, and then it says, hi, Surgeys Heating and Air Conditioning team. You have a new Facebook lead interested in the tune-up. Gives them all the information, and then it's on them to reach out and follow up with those people. We also have it connect to, and this was for our partnership with Central Louisiana Technical Community College Adult Education Program. Anytime someone signed up and said we wanted to learn more about the adult ed program, we actually had it drop into a spreadsheet. And then that way their team could access the spreadsheet and let us know, okay, this person actually signed up for the program. We called this person, we emailed this person, whatever the steps were. And here's what it looks like when you're adding in information that needs to be dropped into specific fields. This is what it looks like when you're adding someone as a subscriber in MailChimp. So you choose your app, you say, I want it to update a subscriber. Here's the audience it needs to drop into. Here's the email. All right, that was lead generation. That was a lot of information. If you had questions, I just want to quick go.
Bobby said he was skeptical of Zapier. He heard of it yesterday, but he's down to learn more about it. So Bobby, later when we choose our scholarship, if you don't win it, we think you should sign up because we're going to go through that even in more depth than just those little screenshots because we freaking love Zapier. It saves our lives. It's like a full-time employee for us.
Yes, it seriously is. It will eliminate all of the kind of busy admin work that you have. And it will make your life so much better.
What's the
Bobby
price?
also asked, what's the price?
Yeah.
We've had Zapier for so long, I don't even remember.
Let me ask Hannah Broom. Hannah Broom, do you know? She's in Zapier right now, she said. She's looking. Yeah, so it does differ. There are levels depending on the number of zaps that you need or you want. We probably have one of the higher ones.
Yeah, and there's a free that's up to 100 class, but it does not harm the basic would be $19.99, $20 a month.
So there's a free version, but you cannot connect it to Facebook lead generation ads. So the smallest where you can access that feature is $19.99 a month, which honestly, like I said, it literally could be a full-time employee. So instead of paying a full-time employee to do all of this busy work, pay Zapier $20 a month and get it done.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, I see some people commenting that they're interested in the workbook. Yes, if you want the workbook that goes along with this course here today, make sure you comment and let us know. Also, do not forget, we are going to be choosing 2 scholarship winners for our course that goes even more in depth in all of this stuff. Not just surface level screenshots, actually sharing my screen with you while I'm creating an ad for a client or for us or an example because, you know, got to protect our clients and their information. But let us know if you're interested in workbook. Okay, tracking calls. I feel like I've been talking for so long. You can actually run ads on your Facebook page that are specifically for traffic, but the button, instead of going to a website, actually links to your phone. That's so fun. So you can actually run ads to encourage people to call your business now. This is an example of something that we ran for McBride Law Firm. He is a bankruptcy attorney here in the greater central Louisiana area. And we were running this ad in order to get consultations scheduled during the holiday time. And so you can see here, bankruptcy questions. We've got answers. Call us today. And then the copy here at the top, I want to talk about for just a quick little second, because we talked about entering the conversation that's happening in people's head. And I can't read all the copy here because it's a screenshot, but it says the holidays are supposed to be joyful, but for those with financial burdens, it can be anything but joyful. That is a conversation that is already playing in someone's head if they're even having to consider filing bankruptcy or having financial struggle, and it is during the holidays, because that's just the reality of the world that we live in. And that's the reality of some people and their finances. And so we were very tactful in choosing that copy and choosing the imagery and making sure that it was something that would encourage people or make them feel like they do need to call, or that this could be a viable solution for them. So what happens when someone's scrolling on their mobile device and they see the call now ad, if they click call now on an iPhone, this is what it looks like. So sorry, Android users, I'm not dissing on the Android users, but this is what it looks like. So you can click the call button and then it pops up to actually connecting to your phone, your mobile device, and you can click call there. But what is really important is this. Facebook doesn't actually let us see how many people actually dialed the number. They just tell us how many people clicked on the call now button. So what is ultimately the most important piece of running a click to call campaign, which we have had great success with for Tom, for places right now that are takeout only or carry out or curbside pickup. We've had major success with those businesses too, running click to call ads during dinner and lunchtime. Is this, you need to have a call tracking number. And the call tracking tool that we use is called CallRail. I believe it is about $40 or $45 a month. With that, you can create 10 tracking numbers to use on 10 different Facebook ads you could use. And it basically helps us see, all right, we had 20 people click on the call now button, but we actually had 10 of them actually dial the number and actually follow through with the call. And so this is a screenshot from back in January and February when we were running this campaign for Tom. And we can see who called. I had to block out, some private information here, but you can see these people called Tom in the first column. You can see what day and time they called, and then you can see the duration of the call. And we have had clients that we've run this ad for. You can actually opt in to record the call as well. And that's a really cool feature because you can hear how your employees are answering the phone. You can go back and listen to a call that maybe went negatively with a customer. There's a lot of benefits to recording calls. And of course, you need to be following the law in the state or city that you're in when it comes to recording calls. It does have a message at the beginning. It says your call may be recorded for quality assurance, but it is a really awesome tool that we highly recommend. If you don't have a call tracking number, I do not recommend running click to call ads, because unless you're tracking how many phone calls you have gotten every single day prior to running that campaign, it's nearly impossible to see who is coming from Facebook. So the key to this is creating that call tracking number with CallRail or any other tool. CallRail is what we use and what we would recommend. All right, guys, we've gone over our time, but you're still here. We're still promised we're going to announce who is going to win a scholarship to our 6 weeks to social success course valued at $500. Look at Lydia. She's been over here. Are you ready?
So I have 7 people's names down. So before I go over the last section, I want to make sure everyone's still here. I have Bobby down, Darlene, Leanne, Meredith, Steve Gill, Ralph Taylor, and then Lisa Kainer. So if I didn't say your name and you want to possibly win a free scholarship, a free access to our 6 weeks to social success course, which is originally valued at $500, but we are offering to everyone today for $295 if you use the code SUMMIT20 at checkout. After I go over the sympathy prize, I will be pulling the names, but just real quick while I go over that, if you have not already gotten on my list, let me know and I will write you down before I pick it. Did we have some questions about calls?
Yeah, I see Steve said, I'm curious how a click to call campaign would generate coaching clients. Have you had results with that? My gut feeling on that would be, unless they're already familiar with you and have had some interaction or free consultation with you of some sort, my gut reaction would be that wouldn't work. I believe what would be best for generating coaching, if you are coaching people yourself for a business, I would say that getting them on your email list and creating a funnel for them to go through and giving them value and not selling to them initially in that funnel is what's going to be the most successful. Oh, Ramona, did you get Ramona in there too?
I'm getting down Ramona and Lindsay. I have Angela down.
We have a couple people who shared it right at the beginning, so make sure you get those people who shared too. Bobby said, I'm in coaching as well, career clarity coaching. Yeah, that's awesome. I would really recommend pushing people through a funnel and email sequence, but using Facebook as the tool to actually get them signed up on that email list and targeting people who are in your target market. All right, while Lydia's writing all those down, I'm going to jump into Sympathy Prize or Lydia, unless you're good to do something.
You go ahead. I'm going to make sure I don't miss anyone from before.
Sweet. All right, it's not too late to enter, guys. We're going to pull after we talk about Sympathy Prize. So Sympathy Prize, earlier in this 2-hour endeavor, 2+ hour endeavor, thank you to the 17 of you who are still with us right now. You are seriously troopers for staying with us. The Sympathy Prize is this. Every business does a giveaway of some sort on their Facebook page, it seems, or on their Instagram account. The lazy way is doing this. Hey, we're going to give you a free quarantine survival pack. This is a true example we did with somebody, okay? We're going to give a quarantine survival pack. Here's what you're going to get, and here's what you have to do. Share this post and tell us who you're going to share the quarantine pack with when you win. And so basically you just need to tag someone in the comments below. So they were going to get a 6-pack of cupcakes, a 30-minute massage, a chicken salad from Chicken Salad Chick, which if you don't know what that is, it's delicious. You should eat at it if they have one near you. And then 2 pizzas from Wildwood. We're only picking one winner, okay? And we posted this on Little Cake's page, and they have 13,000 followers, guys. A lot of people, and we're only going to pick one. So what if all 13,000 comment on it and we're still only picking one winner? That's the lazy way, okay? Because look at this. We posted this, and I don't even think we ran this as an ad initially, but 948 people commented on this. Over 1,000 people ended up sharing it at the end of it, and 423 people reacted to it by loving it or liking it. That's a lot of people who have interacted with your content, who are interested in what you're giving away, who are interested in your business because you're part of the giveaway, but also interested in all these other businesses too. That's a lot of people. The lazy way is just picking one winner. Simple as that. But this is the sympathy prize. This is the not lazy way of doing it. Going and messaging every single person personally on the comments and offering them a sympathy prize. And that is this. Thank you so much for participating in our Quarantine Survival Kit giveaway. We've loved partnering with all our small business friends. Unfortunately, you didn't win the survival kit from Little Cakes, but we've got an exclusive offer just for you for participating. Swing by our drive-thru between now and Wednesday, April 8th, and you'll receive 50% off one item of your choice from our menu. All you have to do is show this virtual coupon to redeem. And we had a little graphic that we sent to every single person. Did this take us a lot of time to message all these people? The answer is yes. Are there bots that will sort of do this out there? Yes. Do we really recommend those? No. We think it should be done manually because we think and believe that you need to write, and the messaging can be the same, but the top part needs to be personalized. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Steve. Hi, Courtney, whoever it is. But you need to give them something. Give them a reason to come to your business still, even though they didn't win this prize. I will tell you that after just 2 days of this offer being, I just remember that number, I don't remember the ending number, we had already had almost 68 people come through the drive-thru at Little Cakes and redeem this offer. It works. And even if they're not coming and redeeming this offer, you're now top of mind for them, okay? Another key piece of this too, do not let the expiration date go longer than a week. It needs to be something that they need to take action on fast. Let me see. Oh, sending this to so many people, wouldn't that send your profile into a lockdown? Yes, it can. It has happened before. So that's why it's important to message the people. We broke this down into chunks and we messaged people within 2 days. So we messaged the first people who commented on day one. And, of the 900 comments, I think we sent probably, I want to say 400 messages in that first day. And then on day 2, we sent the rest of the messages on the next day. You have to act quickly on these though, because you can only send someone a direct message as a result of a comment within a week of that comment. So you do have to be mindful and careful of that. But this sympathy prize strategy works, okay? It needs to be something that's enticing, that's going to get them to come to your business or your organization to experience your product or service. It needs to be something personalized, and it needs to have a minimal time window in order to get them to take action. Yeah, that's a great point, Heather. It has happened to us in the midst of it. So you have to be a little strategic. We also had different admins on our page sending the messages too, was another way that we found that you can overcome that as well. Sorry, I'm like talking with my chapstick. That's another way that you can overcome it. So we kind of broke up, said, okay, you're going to answer comments 1 through 30. Hannah's going to answer comments 30 through 60. Someone else is going to answer these comments. So that's another way that you can overcome that from shutting down your page and getting locked out of Facebook, because you can get in Facebook jail. We have been in Facebook jail so many times. We've also chatted with support for so many hours, guys. We know the tricks, the workarounds. We know all the things, okay?
Yes. All right, Hannah, we've added more people. So like I said before, added Ramona, added Lindsay and Angela. Also went in and added Gino because I saw he shared, as well as Dylan. I know Dylan had to jump off, but he shared as well, and he was super active earlier. And then also Kiana shared as well and commented earlier. So we have 13 people who want the scholarship, which is super exciting. Hannah, do you want to go ahead and quit screen sharing so they can see our lovely faces a little bit bigger?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
ooh, I hope I look okay. It's been a while since I've seen myself. So I have all of the papers right here.
Fabulous.
Should we get Hannah Broom to pull it?
Yeah, Hannah Broom, get over here.
She's probably mad at me because she's trying to get work done. All right, Hannah. These are all, let's see if we can make sure they know it's fair. They're all, what's that word? Scrambled up. She's picking one. Oh, who we got? Kiana. I don't know if Kiana is still here. I don't know why I wrote numbers on here. It just helped me. But Kiana, you have won a scholarship to the 6 weeks to social success course. If you are not still here, we'll send you a message after this is done, because I know she was commenting. I'll go ahead and pick the second one. Shake them up one more time. It's so nerve-wracking. It's funny because it's like, I'm not in this, but I'm nervous. Okay, Hannah's back. Who is it? Bobby! Woo! He really wanted it too. Look at that. Bobby, karma is in your favor today. Are you still here, dude? Wow, that is exciting. Because Bobby was kind of...
Yes. Congratulations.
Kiana,
you get to hang out with Lydia and I more. Both Kiana and Bobby, we're so excited to have you join our 6 weeks to social success course. Guys, like we said, it's going to be so good. It's going to be in-depth. It's going to be custom to you and what your business needs. We're going to be showing you how to grow your business. Bobby said, oh, yes. Bobby, I don't think that's what you actually talk like, but that's just how I interpreted reading that comment. But congratulations to everyone who has won a prize. I actually think earlier I said I was going to give away. Did I give another copy of this away?
I think you have 2 more to give away because you've only given away 3.
Okay. If you want a copy of Influence, just comment now and say, pick me. And we're going to pick 2 people at random to get a copy. We're going to Amazon Prime this. We'll order it between today or tomorrow, and it will be with you, free to you within 2 days.
2 business days, maybe.
2 business days, maybe. This is, like I said, a great book. It is a great read. Everyone today is going to get a copy of our workbook that goes along with today's course. And in there is a customer avatar worksheet. And that is going to be what this book helps you accomplish. I can't rave about it enough because Wayne has raved about it. We've just started reading it. It's already a great, phenomenal read. And it's going to help you find your target audience, figure out how to talk to them, how to persuade them, how to motivate them, how to relate to them, all the things on the psychology of persuasion.
Hannah, you got a lot of people interested in this book.
Pick me. Oh my gosh, somebody commented and said, come to mama.
That was
Courtney, you're hilarious.
Okay, also, real quick, before you pick that, I don't know how you're going to pick them, but I wanted to remind you, if you did not win, I know there were a handful of people who didn't win the scholarship, but please go sign up if you can. We have the pinned comment for the link where you can go and sign up. It's only going to be $295, valued at $500, and we would love to have you. I also wanted to mention, I know we haven't said this really today, but we do have a guarantee with the course. If you sign up for the course, pay for the course, go through the 6 weeks, and by the end of the 6th week, if you do not feel as though your experience with us was worth at least $295 or whatever you pay if you miss the window for the 30 minutes and you end up paying the $500, we will give you your money back. We do not simply want to take your money and teach you empty things, which we aren't teaching you empty things, but if you do not get any value from it for your business, we will give you your money back. We believe that the things that we will be teaching you will actually help you make revenue and money for your business. We are confident because we do it every day. So we're super excited. Keep that in mind. If you're a little hesitant to spend the money, we'll give it back to you if you truly don't feel like it's worth it. So we'd love for you to join us. But I'll let Hannah go ahead and give the book away.
Yes, and I want to mention this too before I do my final giveaway for the book. Again, if you want the book, just say pick me in the comments, and I'm picking 2 people randomly. But if you did not win a scholarship to 6 weeks to social success, and you do want to dive in, and you do want to make Q4 huge for your business, if you want to start off 2021 on a good note, guys, we have 90 days left of this quarter. What are you going to do to better your business, to better yourself, to help your business grow, to help your team grow? This is going to be it. 6 weeks to social success. It is only 2 hours of your time a week, plus anything extra. If you want to have additional questions, we have open office hours every single week. Virtual office hours, of course. I feel like I need to say that because COVID, and also because if you weren't here earlier, I am in Michigan. So, so if you did not win today, and you are interested in signing up for that, I can't even begin to express to you how valuable it is to know these things, because the common business owner often doesn't know this, and we formatted it in such a way so that you do have the time, because we know that your time is valuable. And when we were just deciding how long do we make the course, we decided on 2 hours, and we decided that we're going to do a live, because that's where we think you can ask the most questions and get the most out of us and our knowledge. But it also is going to be recorded. So if there's a week you can't make it live, you'll be able to access it that way. We're going to schedule these at times that work for the majority of our attendees too, because we want you to be present. We want you to be able to be live. If you sign up when I hit end, between now and when I hit end, and you use code SUMMIT20, you will get over 40% off the course. The course is priced at $500. It is probably jam-packed with way more value than that, probably closer to $1,500, $2,000. And you're going to get it for just $295. Summit 20 gets you $205 off. We've pinned the link to purchase the course and join us live. Sorry, I'm just reading comments here. All the pick-me's still coming through. It is going to be worth your time. It's going to be worth your investment. You're going to learn something. Your business is going to grow, and you are going to be better because of it. Use code SUMMIT20 at the checkout. All right. Pick me, pick me, pick me. No. Angela Donovan, you have won a copy of Influence. And you guys actually kind of want to start a book club now, because we started reading this. You're going to get a copy of it. I'm curious, if you are a winner and you start reading this when you get it, I'm curious what you think and what you've learned. We would love, DM us on our Facebook page and let us know what you think. All right, winner number 2. Ramona Collins.
Woohoo, Ramona.
Influence. It's coming your way. If you were a winner, we're writing your names down. So Lydia, help me out, Angela and Ramona. We will direct message you at the end of this webinar, and we're going to get your mailing address, or we'll message you by the end of the day today. We're going to get your mailing address, and we will get this shipped over to you via Amazon, and it will be in your inbox just as quick as Amazon can get it to you. I hear it's 2 days, but you know, we'll see. But it will be coming. Let's make these last 90 days count. It's crazy to even think that we only have 90 days until 2021. I know it's been a great year for some of your businesses, and for others of you, it has been a struggle. And we feel you. We have lost clients and then regained them later. We've struggled alongside of the clients that we do have. And I can tell you that we've overcome and problem solved a lot during this COVID season with our clients. And so if there's anyone who can understand what you're going through in your business and really empathize with you, it's going to be me and Lydia, because guys, we have seen it all. walking alongside this journey. And even just in our personal lives too. I mean, heck, I was supposed to get married this year. That didn't happen.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yes.
here's to 2021. But let's make Q4 your best quarter yet. Sign up for 6 weeks to social success. Share this webinar with a friend. Read Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. Rewatch this. Go through our workbook. Actually utilize it. You are going to be a changed person and better because of it.
I'm cracking up at Ralph's comment. He said, always a bridesmaid and never a bride when it comes to winning stuff. I have the worst luck, but it's okay, Ralph, because I'm the same way. One of my brothers wins every giveaway he ever enters and I hate it. But Ralph, we do really want, if you can, we would love to have you in the course. So if you have the $295 to swing, we would really love to see you there. And I could tell you all about the stuff I'm doing with Carla too. So that would be fun.
Yeah.
But so what time is it? 11:20. Maybe we'll just say you have until noon. We'll give you a little extra time. You have until noon to use code SUMMIT20, sign up for the course for only $295. We start next week, so you don't even have to wait. You don't even have to be that patient. We're going to be starting it next week. We're super excited. We'll send you all info about specific times. But if you have any other questions about the course, obviously, go to the page, read all about it. But if you have questions beyond that, feel free to send me an email at least. I don't know if Hannah wants to open up her inbox, but send me an email at Lydia, Lydia, at Ugly Mug Marketing. I would love to answer any questions you have. Ralph said he's signing up. Yay!
Woo!
Super excited. I can't wait to meet with our group, even
Yes.
if it's virtual. But
Yes, it's going to be so much fun. Thank you all so much here for tuning in to the Social Media Summit. We hope that you have learned something valuable and that this is going to be something that helps you and your business grow in Q4. Like Leah said, questions, comments, concerns about today's summit, the course, your business specifically in social media. We want to help you. We are here for you, whether you are a paid client or not. We'll help you as much as we possibly can. DM us, comment here. Call our office, ask for social media Hannah A, or Lydia. We are here for you. My email is Hannah, HANNAH, at uglymugmarketing.com. Lydia just said hers is Lydia at uglymugmarketing.com. You can email us and reach us there. I'm going to stop talking so that you guys can get over to the website and purchase the course with code SUMMIT20.
Ralph just said, he said it's not accepting the code in the coupon. We did try to set it up this morning, so I'm not sure if, I'll have to check. I will make sure and check with Wayne right after this and make sure that the code is good. Make sure though to SUMMIT20 is going to be the code, but we will troubleshoot. We will make sure that's up and good for y'all. And if we fix it, we'll shoot you a message, Ralph, and make sure you get that.
Yes. Ralph, another code you could try too. I don't know if this one is still up, but try just Lydia, just typing Lydia out, or Hannah, or Save 205. Those are all codes that we have used for this promotion too. You can try one of those. So just our names, Save 205 or Summit 20.
Awesome. I'm so excited. We'll let you go eat lunch now, everyone.
Yeah, have a great lunch. I hope you enjoyed your coffee or drink of choice this morning while you're with us. I'm so sorry we went over, but again, it was all good stuff, right? So we will see you guys hopefully next week when we kick off 6 weeks to social success.
See ya.
Bye, guys.